Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Starmetal Gaming in our campaign Cauldron of Bones. We had a little break these last few months due to scheduling conflict and people actually having personal lives. But I'm glad for all of us to be back. And how have my players been doing?
Doing good,
Good.
Fantastic.
Ready to roll some dice.
Awesome,
right?
awesome.
Ready to get back to it.
I've been stretching my elbow all day.
Them dice are going to be hot.
I stuck him in the oven just to make sure.
You got little dice pulls. Like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, every time I roll it, it's more a flip a it's like flip a die now instead of roll a die.
flip a die.
Which number is facing me is the one that it rolls, right?
Well, the trick is that all of them face me, so
All right. So where we left off, y'all are going through this long cave-ish type corridor. It got very dark in there for characters that don't have any form of dark vision. Uh, it would almost be to the point that you'd probably want a torch. Um, y'all were, I believe, you were sneaking around this large sleeping uh, spider-looking type beast, and uh, was it Frank that slipped and fell back and woke it up?
Yeah, it was. I was the
Okay.
last one.
Was it like a critical fail? Is that why you fell back?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
he critically failed on a sneak attempt. Stepped on I'll say we stepped on a loose rock, lost his footing, fell back, and awoke the beast. Um, all right, everybody but Frank, since y'all's there and the beast is just awaking, I'm gonna give y'all all kind of like a surprise attack of opportunity or whatever on the beast, since you're preparing yourself and the beast is waking up startled to him. It wouldn't be right in attack mode. So I'm going to give y'all a round to do whatever you like as the beast is awakening and as Frank is falling back. Frank, go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Well, we can just go for a reflex check. Don't roll under a 10 and you'll stay on your feet on your total.
So I got
16.
You got a what?
16.
Okay, you managed to retain footing, so I'm not going to say you fell on your back. And we just lost one of the screens. I don't know what happened here. 1 second. All right, I'll just probably have to keep that open. Had a little technical difficulty there, but we're back. Okay.
got us a slack.
All right. So basically, we don't have two voices, right? Everybody only hear one voice.
Yeah, I only hear one.
Okay, I got it muted over here. Okay, so Frank, I'm going to say you retain footing, but you're not going to get the surprise action this round, right? Because you're spending
Right.
it trying to regain yourself. Um, I'll go ahead and give an initiative between the characters right now. Uh, but this is kind of like a pre-initiative just for this round, unless y'all just want to take your attacks and action between y'all. Y'all can give me Othello, Pexor, and Malediction. Y'all can all give me initiative real quick. But this is like a pre-initiative.
22.
Okay.
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
22.
Or
Or
You starting like this already?
Malediction was totally headed in the other direction. He must have been a few steps ahead of y'all. Like, oh
that was
man,
my
Frank.
nat one. I hope that's my only nat one for this game, but
Oh, you did have a nat one?
yeah.
All right. Well, you know, it being like a pre-roll initiative, there wouldn't be no adverse effect or anything. But normally on a regular initiative, I'd probably give you some type of effect on rolling in that one, saying something else could have caused you to be greatly distracted. But this is fine for just a pre-initiative since y'all are just seeing who goes out first. Uh, Michael, you had a 20 something.
22.
Okay. What do you want to do as Frank is awakening the beast? Let me see. Can you all give me D6s real quick?
Uh,
Except for Frank, sorry.
I
Frank's
got a
right next.
2.
Okay.
Look
Yeah,
at
3.
me, I got a 6. That must mean I'm in the beast, right?
Well, you're right there. What'd you roll, Jared?
6.
Okay. That actually makes sense. Or that doesn't make sense because you. I will say that this is the reason you're going last from the other people is Frank waking the beast greatly startled you. So I will let Lois go first. Um, so that would be Josh.
I think Michael got a 2,
Oh
right?
no, okay. So no, okay. So the furthest, well, Frank threw me off because I was going to have the lower you roll, the closer you were to it. So Frank, I'm going to say you're just right there since you wasn't supposed to roll for it. I'm going to say you're already right there. I'm going to say Josh, you were the furthest away. I'm going to say, or no, Jared was the furthest away. Josh is closest, and then
I'm snug
what'd
in
you
the
roll
middle.
again? What'd you roll again, Michael?
2.
2
I
also.
got 2. Yep.
Or what did Josh roll?
3.
3. Okay. So obviously, Frank's super close, then Pexor, then Josh, then Jared.
Shit.
Well, and I'm bouncing between character names and people. Whichever,
Our
you know,
identities are coalescing.
you know who you are.
Do I? Do I?
Who am I? Yeah, it's already. I'm glad to be back, y'all. You're already cracking me up. This is good. But okay, so you're gonna go ahead and go. But I will say that you're the closest to them, and Josh is kind of like a little bit in front of you. So what do you want to do, Pexor?
All right. Well, I had an
I'm gonna
idea,
say you're
and-
probably about 5 feet from the beast.
Okay. Is this would would this be something that I've ever seen? Like an animal that I've ever seen?
It being a demonic type construct, I'll give you a chance because you do read a lot of demon lore in the necromancy school.
Who
So,
recognized it last time? Because I know we already
oh,
rolled our
somebody
knowledge.
did necromancy, or somebody did recognize it.
It
It's
was
been so
either
long.
Arcana or religion or planes, one of those three and everything. I know one of us rolled really
So
good
then-
for it.
Okay.
I wouldn't
then-
assume that. I don't think Frank would have recognized it. I don't think Josh would have recognized it.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
I have a note here that says Mal had a memory of the
That's
creature.
because I'm big.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
Mal,
it's probably because you're from a different world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These two
but
are powerful boards.
Yeah, so I have a note here that says Mal has a memory of the creature that took him and his wife, the retriever.
oh, see, and that's what I get for not watching the old episode right before we get started. You know, I'm so confident. I tell myself, like, oh, you know, I'm not going to need that old episode. We'll just get into this. It's a fight. We're going to be good. And right off the bat, it's like, oh, no, he's actually faced one of these whenever he was a living, well, a human being, whatever he was before. But,
Yeah. What do you
I'm
mean you don't?
alive.
What do you
I'm
mean you
a-
don't rewatch
I'm
this stuff?
still-
I fall asleep to it every night.
I'm a real boy. No, yes. If you just want to use the Pinocchio voice for the rest of the session, then we can go. He has
I
to
think
take a
it's too
drink
close
after that.
I think it's too close to Mickey Mouse. We might get copyright.
Oh yeah. Just because you said Mickey Mouse, we got to shut this whole thing down, man.
Right.
Reset.
Close it down.
No, there's an apostrophe between the K and the Y. It's not the same.
I don't even know what Mickey Mouse's stats are.
God level. All right. So then, do I know anything about this? Having, I assume, some sort of shared knowledge, or I assume that he didn't just like, oh, and then just keep walking. I assume we all kind of know what it is.
Or well, no.
I think we were trying to be quiet, so that may have been only a Mal thing. I don't know if he
I'm
let
not
us
going to
know
say.
what it was.
I don't know if Jared actually knew what it was. I just think he had confronted one before, if he only been
Yeah.
kidnapped by one. So he might have loose memory. Or his previous self, did he actually roll really good on that? He totally recognized what the creature was.
All I have wrote down, he has a memory of the creature that took him and his wife, retriever, in quotes. So
Okay, and
I'm
so
assuming he
Michael,
probably didn't.
Michael, I'll
Based
give
on
you another.
this,
It being a demonic construct, I'll give you one more roll on it, Mike, if you want.
What do you want me to? Knowledge Arcana?
Yep.
22. Or
All right.
24, sorry.
Okay, I will say that you recognize this beast as a demonic construct. You know that it's a retriever. You know
More
that
importantly, most importantly, this is why I want to ask: do I know where the off switch is? Like no joke. Do I know where to turn it off?
once they're created, there's really not an off switch for them unless their creator wants them to cease. Right? You like coming about it in its tomb and stuff. It seems to be in a very defensive mode right now. Uh, you do know that they're evil. You do know that they're relentless. And you waking one up, you wouldn't think that you'd be able to just turn it off at this moment. But I will
What
say
if we
that
said we're not?
uh, one thing that does that you would be aware of that they do have horrible laser type magic attacks and stuff, but you don't think that since you don't have your magic that they're not going to have its magic. But what you do know
Yeah.
about them is that they're very sturdy, they're very strong. uh, they almost always get what they're after, hence the retriever. um,
Does it look rideable? Can I at least ride it or something? Like I
Josh,
run it. I got no magic.
Josh
I'm
is like,
just
I got a new familiar.
sorry, eggs.
Throw a treat out there.
Do we have? Are we by a cliff?
You're kind of like there. There's two cliffs where you don't know where you're going, but the one cliff that you
Right.
came from, right, is off in one direction, right. You did come down this little walkway into the cave system off of this cliff. So you're about halfway through the cave system. I would say you're good about 110 yards or something from the opening of the door when you ran across the beast in there. The hallway wraps around so you can't see where it's going, so you don't know how much further you'd have to go. So it's not like you can see the doorway. It's actually so dark in there that if you don't have low light vision or dark vision, that you would need a torch or you'd suffer negatives.
Cool.
well, I can't really. The only thing if I was gonna fight it, I was gonna have to like throw some fire on it, but because somebody decided to fall into it, can't really do that.
Well, I mean,
so,
the if you still have your
Listen,
Molotovs,
all
I
right.
don't know how much is still left in your Molotov.
I
If you
still
still
got all
have
three.
that, you
We'll see. But now
can
the other
use
thing
it.
is, I don't know like how I'd light it though because I don't have magic. That's the problem.
He's so dependent on his
All
magic.
right. All right. First off,
He's like,
first
first,
off, maybe
I don't even
maybe
keep a flint
did
on me.
you kind of walk differently where you're from? Is that why you fell?
First off, you're expecting an 8'3" guy weighing over 500 pounds to sneak in heavy armor too to sneak.
Yeah, I am. I am expecting that. What's more
I'm
to think you have a
expecting
low
my
center of
maid. I'm
balance? It's hard to
expecting my
fall.
maid to have magic. Where is it?
Where is it? Well, apparently, if I took all your weapons and bound your arms and legs, you wouldn't be too hot, would you?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Actually, I think that would be pretty hot, but that's just me.
Yeah, a little too
Oh my
steamy for
God.
D&D. All right.
Nah, this is alternative D&D.
I gotta take a drink after that one, everybody. You know,
I gotta take a smoke after that.
getting pretty thirsty over here.
All right, Pexor, it's your turn to run away.
Shit, I would legitimately like.
Pexor's
So,
gonna save
okay.
all your lives, and you're talking crap.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
He's gonna walk up
So
and
there's-
pet it. It's gonna work.
So actually,
Okay. So are you
Okay.
whipping out the Molotov? What are you doing, Mike?
well, I got one more question. One last ditch effort.
Okay.
Under use magical device, what would that? This is a magical device, right?
A Molotov?
No. The reclaimer.
No, because he is essentially the same thing as Jared's character. He's a living construct.
Well, technically, Jared is a magical device as well, but you know, I mean, he does turn into a ring.
Do you?
But nah, but I will say you're not going to be able to just shut him off, Mike. Yeah, I know you. That's what you're going for. If you
I
want to reach
know-
around and try to find his magical spider button, I mean,
I think reach around the
Yeah,
magical spider button
give
should be
the
a
retriever a reach around. All right.
Roll
Okay,
it.
but
you just
but
let
because
everybody
of-
know
Not
when
what I
you,
expected to start a game off with.
you let everybody know when you find that.
Yeah.
Just switch them
Why
off.
why is there so much web everywhere? Oh
Mickey.
God.
It's all this white stuff.
Okay, but
Why is it blushing?
because of what I've known, or because of what I rolled and know about it, do I know like where its weak spot is? I guess, or does it not have a weak spot like a spider button?
Oh, you do not know of a weak spot of it.
All right. Well,
You just know what
all's,
you just know basically what it is. It's not like you read a manual on how to create them or anything.
all's well that
Man,
ends well.
weak like you with flesh.
All's well that ends well. I assume, but correct me if I'm wrong, that Othello may have had a torch. Being aren't you human?
I'm human, so if it's dark in here, I don't even know what's going on.
Plan ahead next time,
Pardon?
guys. I'll grab a Molotov cocktail and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Okay.
So you-
So I'm gonna say that your character obviously takes a few steps away from this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you prepare the Molotov. You know, I mean, unless you want to stay right there and find the spider button.
No.
I mean, I just like, but okay, and you're holding your action. Josh, what would you like to do for your turn? You notice Pexor pulling the Molotov out of his coat. Or actually,
Do I see
wait,
that,
you
or-
don't. It's
Yeah, how
pitch
dark
black
is
in
it?
here. It's pitch black in here. So
Do I
I
see
would,
light from where you said that it bends over? Do I see the light coming from that direction to
it,
the
it's so
entrance
far
to the gate
away
or
and
whatever?
there's so many wines that you actually come into the area where it's totally dark. Like there's no light coming around the bend anymore from the distance, so you can't see anything without some form of magical vision or some other type of uh, apparatus or something. I can say that, you know, the second Frank awakens it, it would definitely probably spook you. What'd you say your distance was? A 3?
There's a 3, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say that you were hugging the wall directly opposite of the spider, right? And you're just going along the wall, and then y'all see something, and there's a few whispers between y'all. Like, what the hell is that? I don't know. Just stay away from it. Don't wake it up. And then Frank wakes it up, and you're go.
Clang,
Yeah,
clang,
put it
clang,
like
clang,
that.
clang.
So you being
Well,
blind, not being able to see what's in the dark, you'd probably want to find a way to see it as of right now, or you can take off running. It's, but
well,
it'd
I
be
was kind of
leaving everybody
hoping.
behind.
Well, if I just run, I have no idea where I'm going to be running to.
Well, would it just be the
I'm going to
opposite way we
yell
came in?
out. I'm going to yell out. Does anybody have fire? And I'm just going to hold. I'm probably going to pull up my bow and notch an arrow, but without being able to see. Um, I'm not going to go running in the dark because I don't know what else is out there. So I'm just going to yell out. Does anybody have fire? We need light.
Yeah, actually, as or a little retcon for me, as I'm walking backwards, I go shit, 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 shit. So that hopefully that puts some understanding as to
Where
possibly
you
what
at?
we're looking at.
And I actually doing that as well.
So Josh hasn't
Does the
even seen the
creature?
beast yet, right?
Yeah, but has it made noises that I'm able to hear
Okay,
so I
you
can
can
kind of
actually
gauge
you
the
actually being a
like the
construct,
direction that it's in?
I don't think it even breathes. You can hear it getting up as
A lot
Frank
of clicking.
awakens it. Yeah, let's say
Okay,
it's
so I kind
making
of know the
spider
general
clicks.
direction at least.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
feel
Yeah, so
like you're
I
the
know
clicky
the.
clacky as it's getting around.
The
Okay,
clicky
so
clacky.
I know kind of the direction that it might be in. so yeah, knowing that, I'll just kind of probably put my back up to the wall, at least because I know the wall is there, and then I'll yell out, "We need light. Does anybody have fire?" And I guess that'll do it for me.
okay. Jared, your go.
Okay, so how far away did you say that the exit was to the direction we're trying to go?
Oh, you have no idea how far it is, but you
Oh,
do
okay.
know that the direction
So
you
we're
came from
10
is
yards
about
away from the other one?
110 yards roundabout.
110 yards. Okay. That's what it was. All
You've
right.
you went through a
Well,
you've went through a twisting tunnel. It's actually turned a few times, right? To the point to where it started blocking off the light, you know. So you went down a tunnel long enough that you can't see light anymore.
no, I was just hoping that if we were close to like wherever that exit was, that maybe the two weaker ones would be able to help each other get out
Yeah,
while
that's what I was hoping
Frank
for
and
too.
Frank and I
Yeah.
held it off.
All right, all right. Look, this is how we're starting it.
Hike up your skirts and get out of here.
Yeah, that's a lot coming. That's a lot coming from a sentient tin can.
I mean,
He's
I'm just saying, I mean,
wrong guy.
just because a person doesn't have their magic, it doesn't necessarily make them useless. I'm not going to say I don't want either any of y'all to die or anything like that. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
No, that's
definitely
true.
things
It's
going to
just
be
that
focused on more of the things that are attacking it. And but it's up to y'all. Whatever you want to do, work together and think about what the best plan is.
Okay, so I was furthest away, which makes it to where I'm going to use my action to position myself between Othello and Pexor while readying my shield and my mace. And that's probably all I'd be able to get done in a surprise round.
Okay. And getting all ready over here. Which I forgot about your shield and your mace, Jared. This whole time, like you've been using so much magic, and I was looking back at your messages the other day when you were telling me about your character, and sure enough, the picture had a shield and a mace on it. I was like, oh yeah, he has weapons. I
Yes,
was
I
like,
am a melee combatant.
he got the double
thank
trouble.
God.
The trick is where it goes when he's in his ring form.
Oh, that's the magic. All right, so we'll start off with an initiative for everybody.
Yay! I get to go.
Ah, that is better.
Wait, question. Since
Hey.
I held my action, can I? Oh, I don't know how this would work, but seeing that no one has fire, I throw, and I just realized I had this, and I feel stupid. I throw a thing of alchemist fire at it. Like I have the Molotov in one hand, and I just go and then I just throw a vial of alchemist fire at it.
It
Ah!
falls to the floor.
I throw my bag at it, and one of them breaks. And I don't know if that's possible or how that would work, but
I
was
don't
more
know how many
predicating.
potions do you have on you. I mean, can you cause an alchemist fire?
No, I only have 2 alchemist fires. I
Yeah.
only got 2 little vials of that, and so that's why I was like,
Okay.
well, you know.
All right.
So seeing that nobody has it, can I throw one?
Yeah, if you
If
want to
you-
throw it on the ground underneath it and then throw the Molotov, that's good.
Yeah, I'll
And
throw them both at the same time.
it'll give
Oh, great.
oh no.
Josh
Don't hit
some
me.
temporary eyesight too as well.
You know, I'm not great at throwing.
But
Yeah,
I will
that's why you
say
throw
that
one
Close
at a
though,
time.
right?
But I'm going to say that you'll do that because you're getting the Molotov ready at the beginning of this last round. So it's in your backpack, so you'll have to take your backpack off, correct?
Well, I mean, I
To
side
access it.
satchel thing.
You got a side satch?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it goes off on a 17. What is everybody else going on?
I got a 7.
I got a 15. Damn it.
Jared, please tell me you go before it does. All right, so it's all up to
I
me.
said I rolled better. All I had to do was get higher than a 1 to be better. So
That's a
True.
What'd you
So I
get?
go on 18.
95% possibility. So
Okay, good enough for Frank to get in position, so he won't be able to throw the stuff underneath him. What'd you go off on, Jared?
6.
Hey, that ain't bad.
I think that's a relative phrase.
Thank y'all guys. I really appreciate the honest rolls. Because sometimes when you tell the monsters initiative first, everybody's like, "Yeah, I got a 19." So yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. We so
I
we're
actually
gonna
say my
start off.
rolls are lower. That's my trick.
Yes, I like the drama.
I'm always on that grind, yo.
Okay, so let's get to it. We've already spent 30 minutes just trying to set up to fight the spider. No one's even swung at this thing yet. We had 30 minutes of jokes.
trying to de-escalate the situation.
People are going to be watching this and they're going to be like, "Get to it."
I thought about asking him, "What's the deal with airline food?" to try to see if it'll leave us alone.
Start doing a stand up right there. It just runs in fear. Wow, who knew its weakness was horrible stand up?
Turns out it was my Gallagher impersonation.
All right,
Frank,
so I'm first. Can I get up as my move essentially, and then get an attack on one of its legs or its
well, you're
closest
right
leg?
there. You're right there by one of its legs when you stumble back,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, you can go for one of its legs right there if you want, without getting
I am
in
cutting
direct.
it off.
Going to go to cut it off. So
Yeah.
is that a called shot for the leg then?
Yeah, I'm gonna aim. It's like a spider leg, right? So it's got the joint, weak points.
Yeah.
That's essentially where I'm aiming, is right there, just making a clean cut. So Caltrop's -4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your to hit?
So I rolled a natural 16. So I hit AC 22 because
All right.
I have a +10 to hit, but -4, so it's only a +6. So I hit AC 22.
Nice. Does your character have low light
Low
vision?
light vision.
It does
Yeah.
have low light. Uh,
Yeah.
so I won't give you a negative to attacking him in the dark. I
Sweet.
believe there's no negative for low light, right, Jared?
So it just depends on how dark it is, but if there's any light whatsoever bouncing around from the corners, then it should be fine.
It's dark enough in there that Josh can't see anything.
Right, but that's human vision.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be
All
that
right.
dark for.
That's normal people.
Well, I'm just making sure because the only reason is because it's the difference between a hit and a miss in this deal. So,
That's why I'm saying, like, it really just depends on how dark it is. Like, if there is no light whatsoever coming in here, then low light vision wouldn't help. But if there's light still kind of bouncing through
Coming
here,
through that doorway
even if
over
a
there.
human wouldn't be able to perceive it, if there is light that is technically bouncing through here and everything,
yeah,
then
gotcha.
low light vision would still help.
Okay. Frank, I'm going to go ahead and give you the hit. Uh, go ahead and
So
give me that
depending on how much,
damage. Depending on how much damage you do, I'll say whether you damage the leg or you cut it off.
15 damage. I got 2 5s plus 5.
All right. I'm going to say that I mean the creature has a really decent amount of hit points. I'm going to say you slightly wounded the leg, but not enough to cause it any type of negative, and you did not chop it off, but you did get covered in green spider goo as you went to slice the leg open.
Good. That
Uh,
means it can't see me.
if you do hit it in the exact same spot again, you would have a chance of possibly severing the leg. Just letting you know.
Right.
All right. Is that it for your round? Anything else you want to do?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
because I spent my movement standing up. So.
Okay. Well, you didn't fall down.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you didn't fall down.
No, I thought I fell down. Oh.
No, you
Well,
stumbled.
Or I had you roll a
I
reflex
moved.
save, and you didn't actually hit your back or anything. So,
Oh, okay. I just tapped my shoe on it.
yeah. So it's up to you if you want to try to move back out of range or not.
No, I'm gonna move. So is it standing up yet, or
Yeah, it's standing up as you're attacking it.
I should have
okay? So I
jumped on his back.
hit that leg.
I should have.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm kicking myself.
Spider Rider. That would
And
be
I'm gonna
that'd be an
go.
awesome ride for Necromancer. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this is just my
Sure.
demonic. It's just my demonic construct. Basically a horse.
I can't climb it this round, right?
It's I don't know if it'd be big enough for you to climb. Its body's only as big as an ox.
It would be like sitting on like a pony, you know, or like a small little pony.
Like
That works.
you could leap and probably jump on his back. He's that about that
That's
size.
that's the plan. That's the plan.
God,
For the
Whether
next-
it works or not, don't know. The plan is to get on its back.
Okay, nice. Awesome.
As I see this, I go, "Oh, that was my idea."
I'm gonna roll a jump. I'm assuming. Or
Or would that be considered as movement action? Would be jumping upon it, Jared?
yeah, if you want me to do that next round, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think I
making a
would
jump.
I consider that a full action trying to jump upon a beast. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So I can just move into position now. So I'm gonna try to circle around behind it.
Okay. 1 second.
I'm staring at it right in its face right now.
All right. I'm going to say that you can position yourself around it, Frank, but it's going to be very tight because of how big you are, and you're going to be very close to it.
That's fine. Bring it on.
Okay.
I
And
didn't mean that. You got 3 other targets in front of it, so.
and as Frank is making its way around it, and he just attacked it, I'm not even going to have it roll to attack anybody else. It's going to definitely focus on Frank, and it goes
My
next.
AC, my AC is 24.
Oh, I was going to let you know, Frank. We went over because of the plate you made, the lamlar, the lamlar you made at the dwarves. I think you only had like a 20 AC, unless you could explain why it would be that. I was going over like some character stuff, and we were talking about characters and their abilities and stuff. And when I did your AC, your front page still said 24, but I think that was with your masterwork armor. I think with the armor that you
So
made with dwarves,
the,
you'd only had a 20, right?
I don't have that armor. I have the Llamalar that I won
Oh, okay.
from the tournament.
What was the AC on that?
So that one, oh, 'cause I didn't fully change my online. It was Llamalar +2. So it had an original AC bonus of 8, and the
Oh,
+2 gave it 10.
so it'd still be a 24 then?
It should, because my shield gives me 3, and then I only got the 1 deck, so.
Okay. So yeah, that would be on top of 10. Yeah, it'd be 24. All right. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up, brother, because I
Because
thought you were
I had a
still.
choice between I had a choice between that armor and a giant sword.
Oh, okay. Oh, because that's why I was thinking that you got the helmet, but you actually got the helmet from the gnome.
Yeah, I sold the helmet.
Yeah.
To,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But
I
that for
remember. I
some reason
think I
I
remember.
crisscrossed it. For some reason I thought that you won the helmet in the tournament and you actually got the armor. Okay, well that's good. You still got 24. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I
glad.
remember that scene, and it was that whenever he was offered the choice between the armor and the giant sword, he goes, "No, one giant sword's enough overcompensating. I don't need two." I think that was what happened.
Good. Okay. Frank, his first claw is a miss. His second claw is a hit.
I fist bump it. We're bros.
And
8 times.
the bite is a miss. Yee. Okay. He did 17 on the claw. I'm gonna
Oh my
say
god!
he got you the claw that you chopped him with, and the impact from the hit, from him hitting you, almost ripped your shield away. It was so hard, right? It pushed your shield to the side and still hit across your armor. I'm going to say it shoved you against the wall while you're trying to go around him. And now you're thinking like being this close to him was a very big mistake. But I'm not saying that, that's going to deter your act of trying to get on his back. Uh, but yeah, that was a high damage claw there.
Save me, Jared.
Don't worry, I'm coming.
Oh, no.
Okay. He used all his attacks on and he's totally focused. He's turned kind of sideways from where he was at, you know. I would say he's not facing any of the other characters. That Frank tried to go around him on the right side on the wall, and he turned to focus on Frank. And I would say the reason why the attacks were so brutal on Frank is because he didn't have nowhere to go and he's against the wall. But all you hear is like the chinging of his armor, you know, and this thing roaring as it's coming after him. Uh, Next would be Michael,
Man, I'm really
but it's not focused
so.
on you at all, Michael.
So it's roughly 90 degrees. Like we were at the beginning looking face to face. Now it's like 90 degrees.
Yes, it turns sideways.
Do I see a giant red glowing spot anywhere? Maybe a button like aperture.
Is there a pulse? I mean, on the picture of it, I don't see a huge red glowing pulse.
Use your imagination. You know, it
It's
has
like-
backside.
like, Lance, I need a weak spot, Lance.
An eye, something, please. It's where all the boss's weaknesses are. A third eye somewhere.
It did actually have eyes, you know, but they're not looking at you now. It does have a mouth. Usually, a mouth is a pretty horrible weak spot. Um, I would say if you can make it back around to where the web comes out of its huge spider butt, you could possibly jab it in the spider butt.
Oh, you're about well, you're about 35 minutes, but I think it's about time.
But or shove a Molotov up there. But either way, I'm going to say that because it does not specify
Damn it.
at this
All
time,
right.
you do not see a weak spot. They're
Okay.
very well armored, and they're
So do I kind of have at least an inkling of an understanding as to that someone is going to jump on the spider's back?
actually you have an
Or
inkling that Frank just took a barrage of attacks, and you heard him yell as the thing got a real good one across his midsection, right? As you were watching, it almost ripped his shield from him. It was such a hard attack. Uh, that's what you got so far, and that the
Is this
spider's
like
not paying attention to you.
slashing? Or is this like bludgeoning?
Oh, it's kind of like a it. They have a they're uh
slashing strikes.
yeah, they're slashing. Definitely, they have very sharp
Okay.
looking legs.
fuck, man, I don't even know what to do.
Well, man, you got alchemy fire, and
Yeah.
you have the thing, and plus, uh, you know that Othello can't see right now, and that would definitely benefit that scenario.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was thinking. So I'll
I mean, whether or not you want to hit it with it or hit underneath it, that's up to you, you know. But either way,
so all right. I got both hands. I got Alchemist Fire and Molotov. Can I throw them both at once?
I'll. The
Would
problem
be
is, I'll give you a
-4
negative
to
on your
both attack
left.
rolls.
On your
A what?
offhand, you're gonna have a negative. I think it's a -4 unless you have two weapon fighting. So it'd be a serious negative on one of them, or you can just throw one per round. Either way, it's up to you.
Yeah, all right. I'll hurl an Alchemist Fire. Trying to think.
That'd be enough to actually have it start to catch fire, and Josh would have vision at that moment, right? You wouldn't be able to do damage from exceptional additional damage from the fire yet,
Yeah.
but it would give Josh vision.
Yeah, I'll So if it's perpendicular, then I can. Yeah, I'll throw it
directly at
So,
its thorax.
well, yeah. So I was thinking actually, like, if
I'm
I
dying
throw
in
it
here.
like its butt, right? Because since it's a perpendicular, since it's 90 degrees from me, I can see essentially is the its ass, really. So if I hit that, then the splash from the alchemist fire, would that also like hit the ground and get underneath it, or would it just be that spot?
That's the thing. Anything from the alchemist fire, if obviously it's going to leak off a little bit, it's going to leak onto the ground. It's going to catch it fire if it does hit because it's going to maintain on it. Uh, I haven't had a character throw alchemist fire onto a beast. Would it be more like a napalm?
I would.
Sort of.
It
It's
says
a
it's a sticky
short-lived.
adhesive fluid.
Yeah.
So
So
would it be better off splashing it with the uh chemical first, or is it going to last long enough that he could hit it with a Molotov afterwards?
it'll last long enough. So he has to hit it that next turn and everything with the Molotov to actually get the fire going on the alcohol. But like he does have that one little moment to where he's able to get it to catch fire on that Molotov.
Okay. And okay, so it would be just a flat-footed AC since he's not trying to pierce its armor with it. He's just trying to hit it with it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And I'm gonna give you a plus 2 also because of the flanking, Michael.
All
You're
right.
on its side. So you have to beat armor class 16 or better.
Don't say that, man.
I mean, I want to give you a plus 4 because it's so big. What are you hitting it in?
What do you mean?
Are,
What?
are you hitting its side or are you hitting the thorax?
Like the essentially like the backside, where the bulbous part, the side of that. Because I'm trying
Okay.
to also get it to where it's not gonna, it's not gonna backsplash over and ignite my buddy.
Okay, I'll give you a AC of 14 or better, which I think is kind of dumb because it's not focused on you. It's a large object. I mean,
I mean,
this is
I
just
know that
me
I'm not that
speaking.
strong, but it is a broadside of barn. Come
You're
on.
not you're not you're not doing a lot of damage to it. It's not like you're trying to pierce its armor and it's a very large object.
I
Uh
got a net.
Just don't hit me.
you got
Well,
to
that's what I was. I got a natural 16, and
Ah.
Oh, okay. Well that definitely hits. Okay. So did you want to hit its side cuz that or well you said thorax. Okay,
yeah.
so you splash it with the thorax. Are you moving or anything like that? You're maintaining your position?
No, I'm backing up. After hearing all that go down, I'm like,
He hides behind Jared so that way the Babelith thinks it was Jared that threw the Molotov.
Yeah. I look at it. He turns and looks at me. I go,
He points over the trash can through. Jared's like, what?
yeah. Yeah, he saw you, and he's like, another construct, can't have that.
Oh hell no!
He's a ranger construct with a hatred for constructs.
We're gonna find out
we
which
don't
is
allow
the.
him near any mirrors.
We should just let them two go at it and find out which is the better machine.
Yeah, we'll be like riding fucking robots.
Go for the eyes, Jared. Go.
We might need to wait. No, he has a Windows update that needs installed.
Okay, so I'm gonna say your alchemical fire is the same fire they use at the torches at your necromancy school. So I'm gonna say the fire glows a bluish / purple, but it's still very bright. Um, Josh, as he throws it, uh, you get a view and a shocking view of the size of this beast, right? You see also Frank and where he's trapped against the wall, between, or I guess between the wall and the beast. Um, you see everyone else's location as well. So now you have temporary vision of what's going on all around you, and it is your attack. You notice Pexor is backing up, and he's got the Molotov out too. So you assume that he's going to be hitting it with the Molotov the next round.
I also did 3 damage
he
to
could
it.
Oh, 3
be
damage.
taking out.
My bad. It was 3
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
But knowing Pexor Othello, he could also be taking out the stuff he put in it just to drink it.
Yeah. I mean,
He is scared.
I have to replenish that urine I just
Liquid
lost.
courage.
Gosh.
Okay, so the flames that are like, are they catching? Like, would I have? 'Cause basically, what I want to do is I want to pull out my Molotov that I've got, but that's going to take me a whole round to prepare it.
That's man.
So by the time my turn comes back around, would I like? Does it look like the flames are going to last long enough that I would have enough light to throw it?
Yeah.
Because
It's
if I'm
definitely going
totally
to at
blind, I
least,
wouldn't be able to.
I'm going to give it like a 2-round deal. If it lasts long enough for him to hit it with the Molotov next round, then you have time this round to get your Molotov ready. If you
Okay, yeah.
want.
So I'll do that. I'll spend the full round action to. Well, actually, let's see. Actually, I don't even know if I'd be able to do that because I'd have to spend a move action to retrieve it, and the next round would have to be the full round action. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm just gonna fire my bow because I just don't have enough time to pull
Wait,
my
wait, wait,
bag
wait,
out
wait.
and.
Yeah, but I'm going to say that since you had your actions ready and you were good to go from the last round, because you didn't do anything last round, right? That action plus this action, I'll give you time enough to get the Molotov ready if you would like. But I'm not going to stop you from using the bow if you want. What I'm saying is you could do either one. Definitely, I would say you have enough time to prep the Molotov if you desire. So whichever one you want to do, it's up to you.
I'll do that then. I'll prepare the Molotov,
Okay.
and yeah, I'll just prepare it, keep my back to the wall, and just kind of start taking aim with it.
All right.
I hold mine out. Cheers.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, Mr. Mace himself. We got Jared ready, the shield, and we're going to find out which is the better construct right now.
All right.
So
I'm
you've
going
seen
to.
are you? I have to describe everything to you. You know exactly what's going on. Go ahead.
So I'm going to position myself where I can give a flanking bonus to Frank there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be fighting defensively to enhance my armor, which will make it harder for me to hit. But my goal is to more distract the thing, anyways.
Okay.
And that is a 19, so 21.
Was that to hit it or just to?
Yeah, 21 to hit.
Okay. So now what I'm saying is, okay, so the thing was in this round corridor that was off the side of the path, right? It was kind of like a little
Right.
nuts area for it to rest in. Frank went around the side of it on the corridor to try to get a side vantage point on it and jump upon it. It turned and it attacked Frank while he was on the wall. Are you telling me that you're going around the other side of the corridor, like past its thorax? Or are you trying to? Because the guys are about to start throwing Molotovs at the side of the beast, and I didn't know if you wanted to be between them and that, or are you? Because if to get a flank on the beast,
I'll
you'd
be
have
in
to be on
between
the
them and the beast. Right.
yeah. So you'd have to go along the side of the wall and get on the other side of the thorax to attack. But it would put you in kind of like a trap position if it did focus on you, right? You'd have a you'd be between it and the wall. But I mean, it's up to you. You being a defensive fighter, being in a defensive mode, having your shield against the wall, you might feel safe about it. Totally, I'm not going to judge that, but I just wanted to make sure exactly where your position was going to be because I didn't want them to hit you with the Molotovs.
No, I know I'm going to be in a dangerous situation and everything, but I need to give help to Frank there because if I can pull its attention to keep him from getting ripped apart there.
I got a plan. It's ingenious. And I might. Oh my God.
Frank. Okay, everybody.
You
That's
can
why
do
we.
your
That's
plan
why
on
we.
your turn. My
That's why
turn.
we bulls. That's why we.
I'm the captain now.
See, that's why we
God,
bullshit so much, everybody. Viewers. That's why we bullshit so much because we gotta give Frank time to think.
That was a
Right.
This is a
He's
whole
got.
nine beer
He's got a
moment
plan
right now.
now. He's like, oh, this thing almost busted my shield open. I've got a plan.
Yeah,
All right,
guys, it's
so-
called Bitcoin.
Anyways.
Okay,
does
so-
21 hit.
Oh yes, it's spot on. That's its AC.
Okay. So
But you had
then
a plus
I
2.
will
You had a plus 2 from your flanking. Did you add that already? So did you hit a 21 or a 23? It looks like 2 people have frozen. Do I still have y'all?
I'm good.
I
Yeah,
still hear you.
everyone's still there.
Oh yeah, there you're back.
No, it's been doing that on my side
Oh,
the
okay.
entire time. Like it'll stop for a little bit and then it'll catch up.
Oh,
So like I think we've been
well,
having that
is this
issue.
yours froze and Michael wasn't moving because he pulls his Michael statue, and I was like, technical difficulty. Okay, we're back.
No, there's one point where it froze on Michael where he is like his teeth were like doing this. So it was rather funny on my end. But
I hope
anyways,
we caught that. I hope we caught that. This is gonna be a good one.
right.
Calling me out, huh? All right.
Take it out on the spider.
So, that would be 10 damage with the mace.
Nice. That's wonderful. Okay. Did you want to hit its thorax or one of its legs?
I would probably be trying to disable its legs if possible.
Okay. I'm gonna
But
say you went on the
it's
back side, on the
more
other side of
gaining
the.
its attention.
It's good. I don't want you close to the thorax anyway because of what's they're
Right,
planning.
it's about to catch fire.
Okay. So that's gonna be a beautiful sight here in just a moment. Anyway.
I've been waiting.
Let's
I've
hope.
been waiting ever since that fucking boat.
He all takes it out and just pets it. He's like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
this is going to
gonna be a-
happen."
Nighttime
This is-
ritual, like petting the bottle one day. One
Yeah,
day,
you
my
think-
friend.
Yeah, you think this is for the game? No, this is for me outside the game.
He already
Then he's
drank
gonna
half
get to
the
the point where he's
Molotovs. That's
got
what
the
he's not telling
throw.
everybody. They're only half damage now because he's already drank half of them.
Right.
Exactly. That's why when he goes to throw it, he's gonna stop mid throw because he's like, I don't wanna lose this.
This
Yeah,
is the
I
last
told
of
him
the
I could
moves.
stop at any time.
Guys, I really have a problem.
The
I
drum
just
gets
discovered
different.
I threw a Molotov that had nothing in it.
Eventually started a bar fight.
Right.
One damage from the glass.
They got
Now,
Anyway,
knowing his luck, the glass wouldn't even break. It just
Just take around. Couldn't throw it hard enough to break it.
all right,
All right,
Frank.
let's get off
Let's
beat.
go with this. Let's
okay.
get off Michael and get on
So-
Frank.
So
Oh.
is it turning to look towards Jared? So I'm kind of just waiting because it goes on 17. I go on 18. I'm kind of waiting for its reaction
I'll give it a
because I'm hoping.
chance. Okay, so here's the thing: you did more damage to it. It's already looking at you, so I'm going to give it a 75% chance to maintain vision on you, 25% chance to direct it towards Jared because it doesn't know something is behind it that could startle it.
Right.
Four of its eyes go one way, 4 of its eyes stay on you.
Why doesn't help me at all?
It's still on you, Frank.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna save my attack for its bite attack. And my plan is, as it's biting me, I'm gonna stab it in the mouth into the brain.
It's weak spot, of course.
Exactly.
Always the
It-
brain.
It's covered in chitin, like an armor and everything, except its mouth or the inside.
If any fantasy modern day setting thing has told me anything, this is gonna work.
It has. So essentially, I'm just posted up, so I'm waiting for its claw bite on me, and then as its bite, I'm gonna make my attack to also stab it in the mouth.
Isn't this how Harry killed the basilisk in Harry Potter?
Yeah. But he also
Okay.
got poisoned from that, nearly died, right? So
Don't give Lance
Well,
ideas.
at this juncture, I can't leave, so
Okay, so you're withholding your
I'm
attack from the
here.
beast till it's till
Yes,
the perfect moment. Okay, I got
yes.
you. All right, good plan, good plan. Um,
I could
It's
actually take
nearly.
sarcasm on that.
Lance is just he never bites again.
I mean, no, that's part of his attack repertoire. So definitely, he's going to throw another bite in there. Uh, I wouldn't consider him so smart that he would assume that you would be going to do something like that. Let me check his intelligence, and it
I
doesn't
hope
have his
not. If I'm
intelligence on
fighting
here.
just a demonic version of Jared's character, I, I don't want to.
I
I'm
mean,
hoping
okay,
this thing has.
so you're gonna go ahead and wait till it goes off on its next round.
Yeah, which is
Okay,
next, so it should be.
all right. Your AC was a 24.
It hit me.
That's a
Well, my yeah,
six. That's a 16 plus. Oh, 8. That's right on 24. Damn. So the
it rolled
first
an
attack, the
8.
first, no, it rolled a 16, but it has a plus 8, so that's what needed
Okay,
to
I thought you
actually hit
said
you
it
right
rolled
on.
24. I was about to say like, oh, so
The
that's the
first, the first
difference.
claw does a 15.
Yeah, I got all right. Ain't nothing.
Is that all you got?
Tis but a scrap. My shield is gone.
Okay. The second one was a miss, and then he comes for his bite. Um,
And
the thing is,
I'm
the thing
aiming
is, I
through
know
the
it's going to be a
mouth.
Simo, but um, the way because he's an intelligent creature and he's fast, right? So what
Right.
it is if his bite misses you, I'm going to give you the attempt for his mouth, right? But if it's fast and it gets you, you didn't have a chance to stab it, right?
Okay.
If you just hold
Okay.
your sword out at it, not even like try, just be
Yeah.
like,
Bring it.
He rolled at least it wasn't a 20. He did roll a 19.
oh, at least.
Does he grab on? Because that's another thing. That's another
All right.
question.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the
gonna put
thing.
him in a full
That
Nelson.
or if a retriever's bite hits, it gets improved grab with the bite attack, and then it can attempt to start a grapple free action without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Cool. Right. So I have to roll my counter grapple, or
Or escape artist.
Yeah,
okay.
you can go to counter grapple him, but it's really he's got an insane grapple.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily for grapples, I count as a large creature. Unluckily, he's a huge creature. So
Okay, so his
so I got a 4. So my total grapple is 27.
Well, I mean, that's an arm wrestle, this guy.
1 second, let me get his.
I knew I should have tried diplomacy on him earlier.
Okay, 1d8 plus 5 for his bite. Ooh, God, max, he hit 8. Oh, that was a mean bite. Freaking, he rolled a 19 and then he got max damage, so just under a critical. He snatched you up real fast. Uh, he did 13 points of damage with his bite.
Yeah.
Uh, it was so crazy because you got your sword ready to stab him in the mouth right when he was doing it, and right as you were going to stab, it's almost as if he moved his head right under the tip of your blade and snatched you at your torso. He had just knocked your shield sideways after he hit it,
Right.
and I'm going to say he opened up your torso and got it.
Can I
13.
make the downward
Roll
attack?
your grapple against him real
Oh,
quick
my grapple's 27.
altogether.
Yeah. I mean, I rolled a 14. I get a plus
Woo!
13.
He just rolled another 19. He gets a 25 for that grapple, and he snatches you up. And I mean, I'm gonna let you know right now, you have never had a beast manhandle you the way this thing just did. And after the damage is done to your shield, I want you to roll a morale check. Or actually, no, you don't have your morale figured out for your character, right?
Oh, my morale? Oh, yeah. No. It's kill or be killed now. This is a worthy foe.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm saying right now that I will
This,
say your character is afraid because
oh, yeah. 100%.
you think like this thing has you in its mouth, it can still hit you with its legs. It's going to get insane bonuses. You think to yourself, if you don't find a way to get the hell out of its mouth or kill it before the next round, it might drop you. Uh, I will say that it made you feel weightless when it picked you up. Um,
So,
Everybody that's
is it?
watching, you just watched the horror show as Frank got snatched up straight up Jason Voorhees style or Mickey Mouse, whichever you want to say. But he freaking straight up snatched him up, and the light and Frank, because the purple fire's going and Frank's screaming as this huge spider has a hold of him. It's lifting him up, and you can see the blood on Frank, and it's just a really bad vision for anybody that's looking on. Next would
So,
be
is my
Michael.
sword arm free?
Michael, you might actually be stunned for a second because this is beautiful. You're like, I read about this beast, but I've never seen it in action. And look at it.
Honestly, and I think this is an accurate description. I think Pexor is just like, I am beyond scared. This is not beautiful. I just want to burn. I just want to burn. I'm scared, guys.
Okay.
He doesn't throw the Molotov. He starts drinking it. Now he's scared. So
Maybe
is my
catch it
sword
on
arm?
fire. It might let go of Frank. I will roll that, but freaking.
Is my sword arm free?
Uh,
Because you said it got me on the torso, right?
it is. I think it. I think your sword arm would be free still because you're so big, it wouldn't be able to.
Right.
What I was saying is because you went to stab it, right? And I'm going to say its head went under your blade and grabbed your torso, but it had just knocked your shield to the side after hitting it again real hard.
Right.
And your blade barely missed it and it grabbed you by your torso. So, yeah, your blade and other arms free, it's just squishing you with its little
So
mandible
since I
things.
never rolled for my attack, do I still have my attack?
Oh, you know what? I'll give it to you. That's why I was
Okay.
also, well, that's the number one reason I was going to have you roll your morale because it might have scared you so bad that you forgot to attack.
I can still roll it. I can still
Okay.
roll if you want, because
Okay. What's your character's
oh
morale? Do you have that down?
There's
no.
no morale stat, so that's up
I
to
know
you as to how to
that's
determine
usually
that.
a second edition thing. And usually I do put it in my games because I have very horrific moments, and sometimes characters would pause and be temporarily stunned by something happen. Like that's the thing is Frank. Well, no, Frank, you did miss, or no, you didn't get to actually
I def
make your attack.
Yeah,
right?
because it was you were saying it was dependent on if it missed, and it never missed, so I never got to.
Okay. Well, what it is I'll give you a D20, right? And if you roll above 10, I'll give you attack. If you roll under 10, it scared the shit out of you so bad that
Eight,
you did you rolled an 8, 18.
18.
Okay. Definitely you're still got your braveness about you. You're good to go.
I got my wit. You
Yeah.
know, I can
I mean,
change my
I will
pants.
I will say at that roll, you're actually laughing and you're excited because this is a mighty beast, and you think if you bring it down that the giant gods will
Oh,
be very
oh
proud of
yeah.
you.
I got it right where I want it. Its head right here. My sword right here.
The yeah,
Everything I got. So is my shield broken
I
or
know, right?
because
How much damage has?
it's been my original shield, so it's been through hell in a handbasket.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna roll a percentile and tell you how much damage it's received.
Okay.
yeah. The bleeding's part of where I want it.
It's not totally broken, but it has received 70% damage. So,
God. Okay.
Got
like,
some good
So I'm
casting
guessing.
in there.
it's
Okay.
got huge gashes
So
across it where it hit it, but it's not broken. I
okay.
wouldn't even consider
So
it less effective. So,
I'm gonna I'm gonna two hand my sword, but basically take my shield hand over to on the pommel and basically drive my sword into the side of its head.
how long is your
Try aiming
sword?
for it's a long sword. I can't. So I guess
Is
I'd
it,
either have to do this or the side because it's a large long sword.
or is it like a two-handed greatsword?
No. Well, to
It's
Othello
a long
probably.
sword for him.
Yes.
Yeah, for Othello, it would be a massive two-handed weapon.
Okay, well,
So I probably couldn't get it.
I'm just saying about how much I would like give you a good side chop on the side of his neck or the side of his head, right? But I think to get a stab, it'd probably be a little bit long to get your sword between it and it.
There, well, and it's mandibles, right? Because it's got mandibles. That's what it grabbed me with.
Yes.
So on the side of its head, can I see basically the break in the chitin armor to basically press the point of my sword and then just try to use pure strength to shove in?
Oh, okay, so you're trying to shove your sword into his brain, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. I'm still trying that.
Okay, let me look at the picture real close.
Imagination.
Exactly. It's the only way I'm living this.
I mean, like, I'm gonna give you a chance to shove your sword in the side of its well, it's just like its head is right there close to you, right? And the point of your
Right.
sword, I'm just thinking of how long your sword would be, right? I would think that you could probably like get the area between its neck and the back area,
Yeah.
but
If
to
I
but
could
to get
sever
your
its, if
but
I
to
could
get
sever
your
its spine, yeah.
I
If
wish
I
I'd
could
had the
sever its
exact
spine or its
footage.
neck, yeah. Yeah, because I'm basically going for a killing blow. If I have to go for its neck or like towards the base of its back or
Okay.
the high of his back around the spine, I'm aiming for that.
Okay. So I'm going to say you're going to go for the gap at the back of his head, between the body and the head. Okay.
Right.
Obviously, you're going to have a +4 to hit from that, right? Uh, but would he? What would be the plus, Jared, that he's in direct contact with the being?
um, so like, which modifier are you looking
I
for?
mean,
Like,
he doesn't have it in a grapple, but it has him in a grapple. So would he have a plus
right?
to hit it? According to the
No, it
rules, I don't
doesn't.
think so.
it doesn't modify between the grappler and the grapplee
Yeah.
as far as being able to hit each other. What that does modify is what he can do to interact with like me and the other two.
Okay. So there would be no
Because
plus or
all of
bonus
his focus,
to it.
if he's going to maintain grapple, all of his focus is on Frank, and so then like, but that's all that really modifies.
Okay, Frank. So all right. So you're going for he has a 21 AC. It'd be a 25. Go ahead and give me your roll. I'm not going to give it any crazy bonuses because he still has his armor and he has you in such a. He's done so much damage to you, and you're very surprised. You know, it'd be a wild shot going for it, but I'm going to still give it to you. Just let me know what you roll.
All right, Othello, wish me luck because I might be dead next round.
I'm about to say it's okay. You'll be back.
I always win.
Ooh.
I always fucking win. Nat 20.
You really got like that 20, man. Lucky
I
dog.
hit you not. I Nat 20 that.
Hey, man, I believe you,
No,
brother.
he's just scared.
I died.
Right.
Oh.
All right,
So
you're
what am
not
I
20
rolling?
then.
Rage quit.
Okay. So let me go ahead and roll real quick.
So do you still want me to roll to confirm, as in normal 3.5 rules?
Oh no, well, I've been going off just second edition rules when it comes to that 20.
Okay.
I was just giving standard
Yeah.
double damage, right? Uh I was just right now rolling percentile to see the severity, right? Which I rolled in the 70s. I'll give that enough to definitely pierce its armor to the point of a possible kill move. Depending on the amount of damage you do, I'm gonna roll a saving throw and see if it's paralyzed on one side or if you killed it. Just let me know what damage you do.
Oh man. I'm not cheating, I promise you. But I rolled max. I rolled 2d6 plus 5, and
Okay.
so I rolled 2 6s, so I got 17. Doubled is 34.
Okay, I was just gonna make sure you did more than 25.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you did 34.
Yes, sir.
Now the thing is this beast still has a substantial amount of hit points, right? Uh,
Right.
Now
Oh
I know
yeah.
that this was a dire kill shot, but it wasn't directly for a kill shot in the head. You were aiming for a spot in the back to paralyze it. So I'm going to see if it's totally down or how much functions it has left of its body. If I roll under 50, the being is fully paralyzed. Okay. If I roll over 50, I'm going to see how many legs and what's still active with it. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's a scary number. 66.
That's a 50.
So I rolled over 60. What I'm gonna do is if it's first I'm gonna see if it let go of you.
I mean, I for one, if I
71%
got stabbed in the
chance.
back of the head, I'd let go of what I had.
60 70. Okay, so it did let go of you. Okay. Uh
So is my sword like to the hilt in this thing? Or because if
with the
my
amount of
sword
hit points it was and the strength of its armor, I'm going to say that your sword was sticking out of it, like it didn't go all the way through it.
right, okay, cool.
But now you have a
Okay.
very nice handle on it.
Exactly. No, exactly.
It
It
didn't.
might have let go of me,
Okay.
but
So
I
it
didn't let
didn't.
go of it.
So it didn't instantly kill the beast. It maintained use of one of its front legs. So it's still alive, right? It's not totally dead. Does it still have use of its bite? 17% chance, not likely. 92. It does not have use of its bite. You've greatly wounded. You notice as Frank stabs it, it loses
I give
a
a
bunch of its
mighty
legs,
fucking
right?
roar.
You can tell it's not totally dead, but you can tell it's greatly wounded.
What blood is it?
Michael, it's your turn.
All right.
You cannot tell that the beast. I mean, it doesn't look like it's dead. It's still moving. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I just saw all this go down, right? Like there is no longer like there was a sword, and now there's like some of a sword. Like I saw,
Or
it's like,
well,
oh,
okay. So Frank, did you hold on to the sword when you
Oh
came
yeah.
down?
So when it let
So the
go, dude,
sword
because my
when it let go, the sword came out of it. I'll say because Frank didn't let go
oh
of it. I would
okay.
let it do an additional. Uh, what's your sword's damage, Frank?
So my sword does 2d6.
Okay, it does an additional 7 damage as it's coming out of it,
Okay.
and but you see it start to lose a thing of one side of its body, but it doesn't look like it's fully dead, right? Michael, your go.
I am roaring with excitement and adrenaline because I only have 11 hit points left.
You only had 11. Wow,
Well, technically,
it would have
I
killed you
have
the
the
next
die.
round. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. No. So my thinking. So my character has the die hard feat. So basically, I can keep fighting until -10.
Yeah.
And so that was the plan. So I had 11 hit points to 0, but but once
But
I got past that,
I will say, Frank, like out of all the things you've ever fought, when that thing snatched you up, you never felt so light in your life. Like you fought some pretty
oh
decent
yeah,
sized
I'm
beast, but that thing rolled that on you. I mean, it was just shy of a 20, right? Anymore, and it would have been a critical. So it hit you
oh
as hard
god,
as it
yeah.
could with your bite. Uh, anyway, what are you doing, Michael?
Because like I'm 500 pounds without armor on.
Yeah, so definitely you don't have things manhandle you often.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see all this go down. I'm just gonna look at the bottle, and I'll say, I can do things too, and then I'll throw it.
I can do things
Okay.
too.
Given the bonuses of it being weakened and going into a slightly prone position, I'm going to say that you have to just roll an 8 or better to hit the thorax with that bottle.
Got a 9.
That's good enough for me. You
I
just
sneeze right as I throw it.
The bottle didn't even break; it just spilled onto the floor.
Right.
his character's never played baseball. You know, we can't really
Yeah.
blame him. But
What is this
anyway,
dwarven game that I hear of?
okay. As the beast catches even more fire, I'm gonna have that Molotov do 2d6 flame damage to him. You can go ahead and roll it.
Oh no! Wait a minute. It still has. You said it has a front claw.
Yeah, one front claw.
9.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's not done yet, Frank.
No.
I mean, Jarrett might be like shoving his hand up the spider button here. How
But
many
it
damage did
can't
you do?
turn
9?
around. It's only got one leg.
You did 9?
Yeah, 9. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Did you
only
see
got
a
one.
button?
Only got one target, Frank.
Yep, and it's me. Bring
Would
it.
you?
Hey, I gotta
Did you hear
say,
it click?
y'all did an astounding like 78 points of damage to this thing so far. So that was a mean couple of rounds.
Don't worry. It did a very terrifying 45 to me.
It's done nothing to me. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because the
obviously,
fighters have done their job.
Frank put the T in tank, buddy. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna need a nap, fellas.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I
Why
need
does
some
everything
help.
break me?
What the hell? I fought your sister and I blew up.
Bro, your life insurance must be like top of the line.
Yeah.
I know. I don't even want to
Yeah.
know what that monthly. It's
I don't pay
only
a monthly. I pay
$3,000 a
a
month to
yearly.
cover 3,000 gold pieces a month to cover Frank.
I mean, shit. I mean, if we really think about it, he's already cashed out. He died once. He got that check.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, you see him hit the thorax. The spider screams again as it engulfs into flame. What do you do? Are you going to hit it with your
I'll
Molotov as well?
yeah, I'll throw it.
Yeah. Burn buddies.
Don't hit
That'd
Okay.
me.
be
Uh,
that'd be an 18 without
all right.
bonuses, or well, just my roll. I don't know
Dang,
any other bonuses it
I
may
was
get,
hoping
but
for that critical.
Plus your
Uh,
dexterity.
okay. Do you just hit it on the fire where the fire already is?
yeah, wherever I can see that's doing the most damage, I'll just aim there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d6 for me.
And do I get my favorite enemy damage bonus since it's a
In
construct?
indefinitely.
Good thing. That's a 7 total.
Can you crit if he got the +2 bonus for favorite enemy? Would he crit off of 18?
No,
I
it's
don't
only
think so.
naturals.
Yeah.
How much was it, Josh? One more time.
7 total.
All right. Hey, y'all got it under 100 hit points. That's good.
Oh no. Wait a minute. It's a construct? So
I have a
my
construct
double
gun.
damage crit wouldn't have done anything. Wouldn't have done double damage, would it?
It's
That
been so long since I
depends
played.
on how close he wants to run this thing as to being a construct or
That's the thing.
like
It says it
its
has
devilish
construct.
nature.
It says construct traits. So I guess it does operate as a construct, but we've already done that. It was a beautiful move, Frank. You rolled a natural 20. You hit it right in the boo boo. So I'm not going to take that away
Yeah.
from you.
I found
You
the
know,
button.
Yeah.
yeah, right in the
Turns
spider
out
button.
it's in his brain.
Okay.
Frank, just stab it through the neck. It's going to be all right.
Guys, without his head, it's powerless.
Exactly. Dude, that
Okay.
was the plan.
Jared, you have on your side, its legs has totally went down. The area around you has been very illuminated by the thorax catching exceptional fire. It looks like the back end of this thing, you can roast a marshmallow on it. What would you like to do, Jared?
So at this point, seeing the state that Pierce is in, I'm going to use my action to interpose myself between him and the creature.
Get out of the way. It's my kill.
Okay. He uses
Delirious.
I'm going to say that since the creature is not moving or anything like that, you have no trouble getting over in front of Frank. Okay. Is there anything you want to do when you get there?
Other than that, it's still doing my defensive stance and just seeing if I can nat 20 to hit that. Okay. So that'd be 8. Depending on whether you actually want to double damage that or not. But
You did. You had nat 20 on her.
yeah, I hit
Oh,
her
okay. I
out.
thought you said you were going for a nat 20. Okay, that's awesome. Let
No,
me
I
go ahead.
just rolled my dice and it came up a 20. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
go with that.
yeah. Who needs mages anyway?
All right. I only rolled an 11% on
I
there,
got
so
nothing.
I'm not going to say there was a unusual effect. I'll just give you double damage. What damage did you
Okay.
do?
So I did 8, so that'd be 16 total.
Nice. It is not the doing is so good as it was.
Just my
Okay.
wife is.
All right. So you did position yourself in front of Frank.
Yep.
Okay. Uh,
So
what's your armor class?
which claw is working? Is it the left claw or the right claw?
I don't know why it would matter, but I've been imagining it to be the left claw the whole time. We're gonna say left claw, just as I imagined. So,
I guess we're gonna have to make a decision.
but okay.
It's all coming together.
Jared, you're saying in front. What's your AC, my friend?
Okay, so fighting defensively, I believe, brings me to a 22. Let me just double check that.
Oh, that's nice.
It's somewhere in here. That's casting a spell. Standard actions. No, I need full. There it is. Yeah, +2. So 22 is my AC.
Okay. He has a +8, so he's going to have to roll a. I just went
14.
totally dumb. 14 or better. And he rolled a 4. He missed. I'm going to say the that when he goes to lift up and swing, right? The reason why he couldn't do it is because he didn't have the rest of his body to hold him up as he swung,
I
right?
knew I was
More like
forgetting
a
something.
flail.
And he kind of fumbles to the ground. Not well, he didn't roll a fumble, but he rolled low enough that he kind of goes to the ground. Uh, at this time, because of that attack and him laying on the ground, not having anything else, I'm going to give everybody on him an attack of opportunity.
Got it off
So,
the head. That's my trophy.
but
What am I gonna do?
Jared, you being right there, I guess you'd be first to swing.
Okay, so that would be AC 21
Oh, that's good enough for me.
with 8 points of damage.
All right. All righty. He goes ahead and goes to conk it on the noggin. Uh, Frank, do you step to the side and swing on him?
Yeah. Set to the side. Headshot. I hit AC 26.
Did you? It was a called shot though.
Yeah. So AC 22.
Okay, that's good enough. Go ahead and do your damage.
So 11.
Okay. The beast greatly screams, and its head becomes slightly disattached, but you can tell it's still alive. But it's almost dead. Well, you know what?
Othello,
I'm
now's
gonna
your
make a.
chance. Do
Let me
the
go ahead and
killing blow.
22 damage to its head. 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I just rolled it. It's unconscious. It won't be attacking again, but it's still breathing.
Well,
Can I
So
take the head?
still worrying.
Okay. What did you want to do, Othello? Well, actually, Michael would be next.
okay, so it's unconscious. As I'm looking at it, can I like cut it open?
Isn't it
Uh,
on fire?
it is on
I'm gonna
fire.
cut around the fire.
It's
Around
the back side of it is on fire. You can make it to the side of it. And what are you going for?
I mean, I just want to cut it open to see what's inside, honestly. Like, if I can understand this construct more, then maybe I can even see more stuff in regards to the constructs that are following us. Or I really, what he's kind of my end goal is to understand as much of constructs so that way if we fight anymore, then I know like weaknesses that could be inherent in all constructs or things like that. I'm trying to deepen my understanding of these things so that way I can
Okay.
make fighting them easier.
Okay. Well, when you go to cut it open, you realize through studying that this was actually morphed from demon flesh, this creature, right? Basically, what they did is they used magic to morph its flesh into something else, right? So every single bit of it has demonic properties. When you start carving in the side of it and everything to like between the leg, I say, and the body, and you go to open it up and get inside, uh, you can tell that it's a demon's blood that comes out. The smell of it, what it is, you've seen it as a spell component, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say I actually grab a little vial and I uncork it, and I seal it back in and put it in my
take the
pouch.
head.
I will say that the heart that runs it, since it is made out of demon parts to be put together, I'm going to say that is a demon's heart as well. If you're going to try to cut it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say as y'all's continue going after the beast, Josh, I'm gonna let you do one thing also before I say that. Sorry, go
So,
ahead.
seeing this, does it look dead to me now at this point with him cutting it open and on fire?
It's still
Or does
breathing, like it's still breathing, but it's unconscious. Uh, there's no movement though.
Yeah, what
Well,
you see
actually,
is as I'm
what he I don't
After he
even.
takes his heart out.
Yeah, I'd say when he takes the heart out, it dies. What do you
yeah,
want to
what you
do?
okay?
see is what you see is I'm cutting
All right,
open. I go light, and I grab one of the
actually,
flaming legs and I pull it down.
well, see what it is it's year round, and you see Michael start trying to cut the heart out.
Okay. But there's still enough light that I can see at this moment.
Oh yeah, the thing's on fire.
Um,
Let me have this.
Let me have.
can I?
You notice he just dives right in there, like he pulls those sleeves back on his robe and just like it ain't
There's
nothing to
a
him. He's
there's
actually
an
got a little.
uncomfortable toothy grin.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm probably going to assume that it might still be alive and he's just doing his thing. So I guess I'm just gonna fire 2 shots at it with rapid shot, just aiming. Didn't you say the head kind of is like disattached at this point? Can I aim right there to try and
Oh
sever it?
yeah, you can get close to it and fire a couple more shots in it if you want, but you can pretty much. Or go ahead.
Let's see. First shot it'd be 20.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
No, just 20 total.
Okay. With it in its state of being prone, that's a definite hit.
Okay, let's see. And damage is 6 on that one.
Okay.
And then the second shot, the second shot misses. It's just 11.
Well, it being in a okay. Well, what I'm saying is your second shot was slightly off, and you're impressed because it just hit its armor, and the arrow bounced straight off. So you're like, wow, if I wouldn't have hit a gap on this thing, it wouldn't even have
Yeah.
went in. But I will say at the end of your round that Michael ends up removing its heart and it ends up dying. Frank, you're top of the next round. Are you going to claim that skull?
Yes. 100%. The head is mine.
I stick my hand up behind it. I go, I killed it. I just want everyone to know, it was my kill. My kill. Notice I cut its heart out. It stopped working. I killed it. I killed it.
Well, you know,
Just want to make sure that that's understood. It stopped breathing after I did my stuff.
Poor Frank. He can
So
have.
I take
He
the
can have
head.
nothing.
I walk over to him and I dump the contents on his head.
Oh my god.
I
That's
go,
awesome.
If you kill it, then you get to bathe in it.
You know, that seems like somebody who didn't kill the spider thing would do. Funny how that works.
So you dump the spider juices on him?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then also after he does that, seeing as much damage it is, I hand him a cure light wound scroll.
Oh.
Did that even work right now? Scroll. I can't cast magic. What do you think?
Actually, yeah, would it?
Not within the thing.
Not in the magic dead zone.
Well, I still hand it to him.
Oh, great. You hand me a scroll that teaches me how to heal myself.
Yeah, it looks like you could use it, you know. Just looking.
Taking the head.
You know, I don't need it because I can kill things, as you see right here.
So are you rolling to with the spider juices?
What?
You're rolling to hit him with the spider juices?
I mean, he could try to run away, but I just kind of
Well, it depends. Okay, he's going to take the. Okay, he goes to raise the skull above you, Mike. Are you going to go ahead and let him just dump him on you?
No, I was just sidestep.
Okay.
Okay.
He goes to try to move out of the way, but you can tell he does that right after you declare, like, because right when you cut the heart out, you're like, you feel the heart stop beating, and you look up at everybody, and you're like, oh, my kill. Everybody, officially, I killed it. You know, and Frank's like, oh, that's crap. He cuts the head off. He walks over to dump the blood on you. You go to move out of the way. Frank, are you going to roll to hit him with the blood?
Tricky is I'm very dexterous.
I know you're not proficient in spider blood flinging, but we can see, you know.
Well, I don't know what negatives I get. I rolled a nat 19.
Okay.
So,
I will say that him trying to avoid it, you know, and moving out of the way, and you're trying to fling it on him, that you don't get it on his head so much, but you do get some of it on his robe as he's moving away from you.
All right, cool. And then I take my sword, I take the skull, my shield's strapped onto me, barely. It's almost broken, whatever. We need to leave.
Yeah, before the fire runs out, can I? Yeah, before the fire runs out, can I quickly run and try and like use an arrow, something to light my lantern that I've got, so we can all see?
Yeah,
while this thing is kind of still on fire, hopefully.
You don't have to roll for it or anything. I'm going to say that you catch the feathers on the back of one arrow on fire, and you manage to have enough time to light your lantern if you like.
Oh, with my sword lance, I do put a notch on my shield.
Oh, he put plenty of notches there. You don't have to put an extra.
That is another worthy enemy slain.
So if I eat this heart, do I get like spider powers? Isn't that like how it works?
You know, I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but I mean, I've never had a necromancer eat a demon's heart.
I gotta looking at it.
The roll, spider. I mean, it's looking pretty tasty to you if you want to bite. I mean, it's not. I mean, you don't know if it could be poisonous. You haven't ate demonic flesh, you know.
But would I know what would happen?
But would you know what would happen?
Yeah, like, you know, I don't need to touch poison ivy to know I get itchy.
Can we have this internal?
You know, okay. I will say that if you feast upon demonic flesh, that you know that it could have instant death all the way up to demonic blessing, right? So it's up to you.
Instant death, huh? Demonic blessing?
I wouldn't eat it now because there's no magic. So you'd probably only get the instant death effect. Because
malediction over here, like He's like, he's probably looking at your character like, and you're all got the heart held up, and you're like licking your lips.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
Yeah, Donatello just pops up. I got the light, and I just hold up the lantern.
Okay.
Alright, lead the way,
Oh,
little
good.
man.
We can
And you
please
actually
get out of
you
here.
see Pixar like slowly lowering, putting the heart to his mouth. He's got his mouth open.
Yeah, I'm just like,
He's like,
I
should
kind of lean
I
forward.
don't know.
I'm like, what are you doing? I would not eat that. That does
Now,
not.
Dixon. Now,
Stop
Dixon,
picking
that's
stuff up
your.
on the ground and putting it in your mouth.
I didn't. I picked it up off a dead body.
Yeah,
Well, it was
on the
living
ground.
before I did it.
On the
Well,
ground.
it was living before I did it, and then I killed it. So that was, I guess, it wasn't a dead body.
The heart is black. It's like still got green blood coming out of it. Looks really nasty. It even has these like bumps and thorny type things all over it, being a demon's heart. It looks
So if
really gross.
So if somebody else eats this, would the effect that they suffer be the same effect I suffer?
You know, that's what
You
I
just
love
said it was
about that's what I love
random.
about good players is because they're going to
Oh.
bring up shit that's not in the books. Like, what happens if I
Yeah,
take a bite out of some demon's flesh? Is some bad going to happen? I'm like, well, let me come up with something interesting. Could be instant death, demonic blessing. I don't know. I mean, the dice will tell. I mean, I'd
You
hate for
get
you.
slightly sick.
Few days
put-
Now,
later,
Dixon,
1,000 little retriever babies burst out of your stomach. I don't know what happens. I mean,
Ugh.
it's
That
like, are
old
you?
gypsy was right.
He's like, don't hurt my babies. Don't hurt my babies. I love them.
if you ate demonic flesh and then all of a sudden you had a baby bump, I would bury you in a coffin while you were still alive.
fucking Rosemary's Baby all over again.
That's a whole episode to itself.
Oh god.
Exor's birth.
So we attempt to exit with our lives.
Yeah, I guess I'll lead the way. I got the lantern. And I'll just be like, I think we need to go because if I'll tell everybody to kind of be quiet. Can I hear anything that might be coming? Any steps or anything that I hear other
No.
than like the crackling fire?
Nope.
My stomach gurgling.
Lance,
Yeah.
I am making
We
no
still have
attempt.
the mess going on outside behind us, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we need to
Hey,
go.
Pexor, are you putting that in your Ziploc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I
making
would-
sure, buddy.
Yeah. I sit there, I go, this will
Yeah.
go great with some rosemary.
So as we're going,
I'm gonna
I'll
let this sucker
kind of talk to
marinate.
Pexor, and I'll be like, hey, if you are gonna eat that, you need to let us know so we can watch you. I'm not gonna stop you, but we got to be around just to stop you in case you get a little crazy. Because I don't know what that's gonna do. So somebody
I mean,
needs
as
to keep
soon as
watch.
he
You
eats
know.
that, in my book, that means he's crazy because he ate it.
And I would assume you'd want to cook that first too. I mean, if it would even cook, I guess I don't even know. But
Yeah, I'd have to put it in
Onward,
like a
let's
fucking
go.
furnace just to get it hot
Yeah.
enough.
yeah. So yeah, after saying that, I'll just kind of lead the way, and if I don't hear anything coming or anything from all the noise we made, I'll just start heading down that pathway down, where it bends a little bit.
Okay.
I'll
Since
be
we have the
honest, man.
lantern, I was gonna say since we have the lantern and everything, I'm not gonna make any attempts to be stealthy because I've got the light, so they're gonna see me regardless.
I got
So
you.
I'm just, walking
Oh.
on.
Yeah, well, because I was going to tell Lance, I am making no effort to be quiet at this point.
Yeah.
I heard.
You had 11 hit points, Frank. Was that like 80% of your hit points taken?
Yeah, so I have 56 and it did 45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will say you're badly damaged then. I I don't know if I'm not going to give you a lower movement rate since you're not under 10, right? But you did take on a lot of damage. You go ahead and y'all continue down the tunnels, eventually coming to an opening on a cliff face over the sea. The opening is connected to a ledge that's running along the side of the cliff. As you continue down this ledge, because it only goes one way. What's so funny, Jared?
Nothing.
Okay. As you continue down the ledge, running along the side of the cliff, you come around the corner and you see at the end a ladder going upwards along the side of the cliff. You continue down the side, you go up to the ladder, and you start making your way up. Who's the first to go up the ladder?
I guess I will. I'll put out the lantern, just
Okay.
kind of stow it away. And so now that we're outside, right? Like I can see the sky and everything at this point.
Yes, but
Okay.
I will say that no, it wouldn't be too late. I'd say it's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll start up the ladder first since I was in front. So
Okay.
how tall is the ladder? Like how long would it take? Is it just like a small little climb, or is it going to take like, a while to get up?
It's a good size ladder. I would say probably about 70 feet.
Okay. So yeah, once I get to the top, I don't want to fully like I want to kind of peek over as stealthy as I can, I guess, and just kind of quickly see what I can see before I just climb up all the way.
Okay. You come up to the
Once I make it up
top.
there.
When you get to the top, you can see that you're still in the magical, anti-magical void, but uh, right out, you're to an area where it would be too far of a run to get outside of the anti-magical void. You see all the mythical beings, lots of mages being killed by these skeletons. When you're everybody, you notice Josh stops at the top of the ladder and he's watching for a little bit. Uh, Josh, you notice as these things are biting the people, like this, like acidic uh, stuff is coming out of their teeth, right? And it's as if they're biting through flesh very easily, even on large, powerful things, and they bite through armor very easily as well. Anything that's armored, it's like their teeth just go straight through it, right? And you see the entire place being overrun. I'm going to say that you're in shock and awe for a little bit. Um, Everybody, I don't know if you want to say something to Josh while he's pausing and he's looking at the murderous scene, because you're all underneath him one after another.
What do
Frank,
your human eyes see?
A lot of bloodshed. Do not get bit by the skeletons because it looks like they can rip through flesh and armor pretty easily.
Thanks.
So
I'll scratch that off my bucket list. I was thinking about it. Thanks.
so snapping out of it.
Knowing you, Texor, it probably was on your list.
Hey,
Weirdly.
I wonder if
Uh,
those teeth are strong enough to eat this demon heart.
I imagine so. Yeah. So can I see the portal that they wanted us to go through? The
yes,
sphere.
but you do actually see it starting to shrink and close.
Okay, yeah. So if I see it starting to shrink, I'll kind of yell back and be like, "We need to move now," and I'll quickly dart up, and I'll just kind of crouch down a little bit low and just kind of stay by the ladder and keep an eye out.
Okay.
I
All
will
right.
follow suit.
Everybody gets above, and I don't have to re-describe to you what's happening. You see several mythical beasts and mages being torn apart by what seems to be acidic skeletal undead. Like I said before, they seem to be biting things rather easily. Also, wherever they bite, like it kind of melts away, so you think that the greenness on their bones has turned them into some type of acidic skeletons from what it looks like.
So are they like? And I don't remember if you commented on this, but like if they get bit, do they then in turn, turn into essentially like a zombie bite? You turn into a zombie kind of
No,
thing.
it's not that type
Okay.
of deal.
Okay.
But they are like feasting through them real bad. There is people that are fighting some of them off. Like sometimes you'll see one of them get their head busted open and they fall over and they stop moving. So they are killable, But the thing is there's so many of them, and their bites are so deadly that they're swarming anything that's even trying to fight them off.
As we're running,
Right.
do I see things I can pick up?
Yeah, like a golden dragon egg.
Hey,
I would love that.
And you do see something.
whoa!
It's a skeleton.
I'm going to say that you see a dead body that's closer to the front that tried to engage the skeletons right when they came to the portal, right?
Yeah.
You do see a pouch hanging off them that looks like it has either gold or jewels in it.
Yoink!
Okay.
I do my patent pending running pilfer.
Okay.
You just kick the body over and take it.
I'm going to say
Patent
it has.
pending.
I'm going to say it has 105 gold pieces in it.
Hell yeah! That's 105 gold pieces. This dude didn't need.
Now to buy some
Right?
barbecue sauce for my devil heart. Anyway,
It's gonna be how it ends. I eat it and then suddenly I become overpowered.
y'all come up to the portal, and sure enough, it's closing. It's getting to the size to where y'all can just barely fit through it. Right? You look through the portal, and it seems to be raining on the other side. It's clear skies where you're at right now. When you jump through the portal,
But before we jump, can I quickly look in the sky? Do I see eggs anywhere? Because I know I remember one session he was flying towards us after the ship encounter.
it's so funny
So I don't.
because I have on here eggs was going to be the last to fly in, right when y'all came, right when I got the
Okay.
portal. So right before you jump, you look to the sky and you see eggs flying down towards you from the tower, right?
Okay, yeah. And I'm just like eggs, and I'm like reaching out as I'm kind of jumping through, just
Okay.
kind of calling him.
Is there a dragon right behind eggs though? It's like shouting fierce. Is this coming through too?
Yeah, I'll jump through, but then I lose my hat and rise before the portal closes. I reach back through and grab my hat.
What?
Yes.
All right, Indiana Jones.
Did you replace the hat with the demon heart real quick?
Oh
yeah,
God.
sure. I was like, oh no, my demon heart. Yoink.
Yeah,
No,
now
but
it's
okay.
come through to
Y'all
two.
jump through, and sure enough, you're all looking back as the portal closes and the rain's hitting you, and you're watching everybody die, and then bloop, the portal closes.
So first
All right.
thing,
Can we
yeah,
get
I'm
an
gonna do
idea of where we're at?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick scan. I'm still alert and at the ready. I'm just kind of, still a little traumatized after what just happened, so I'm on edge.
Okay, once you reach the other side, it is raining and storming, but there doesn't seem to be a threat in sight. Uh, you look around, and no one knows exactly where they are except for Michael. Michael, you can tell that this is one of the areas you walked through as you were going towards the Mountain with Russell before.
Okay.
When you were walking towards the Golden Mountain, this is one of the areas you walked through. So you
I
know
go,
where you are, and you know you're probably about a day's travel. You're pretty close to where you met Russell. So the Golden Mountain is like right there. That's what I'll say.
so I
Sorry.
can see it. So I can
Yeah.
like see it off in the
So
distance.
all of y'all that have heard about the Golden Mountain, heard about what had happened and everything, you see the Golden Mountain in the distance. The top of it seems to be busted off as if a volcanic explosion has happened. You see that there's a green glow coming from the mountain, right? Uh, you still can see some of the gold, but there's a lot of streams of green acidic stuff coming down from it. Uh, I wouldn't say you can make out the kingdom from this distance from the dwarves and stuff, but you pretty much get the gist of the story.
I say, I look at everybody and I go, wait. I know this sounds crazy, but I need you all to follow me and not ask questions. Just to build up the suspense, you know?
Lead the way.
I want to hear it from everybody.
Frank.
I'm busy with my wounds at the moment.
Use the scroll I gave you.
He can't use the scroll.
I thought we were out of the anti-magic thing.
He's all rubbing the scroll on himself.
Yeah, what do you want me to do with it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. I go, all right.
I give
You
this
have-
scroll to Malediction.
You have to follow me. Ask no questions. Don't look anything in the eye. You see a squirrel? You look straight down.
I say we just don't do anything he says. Because
Well, can I
Okay.
ask? Can I ask one question? I know you said no questions, but I have to ask one.
That sounds
Where
like a
you're leading
question.
us-
You just
I
asked,
know,
can you
but
ask a question?
How long is it going to be till we get to where you're leading us?
I
Because
lick
it's
my
raining.
finger a day.
You'll
want to maybe-
you'll be getting there probably about 8:00 10 o'clock at night. So
Okay.
it'll be nighttime
I
by the
sit
time
there
you
and
get
I
there.
calculate, I look where the sun is, and I remember where Sagittarius was last night. I go, about 7 hours.
7 hours. First off, the
Do we-
sun, you can't see it right now because it's raining.
But I saw where it was before it was raining, so
Well, I'm just
Because
saying, do we
space-time
want to
correlates,
maybe
right?
do we want to maybe take a second and check out Frank, make sure he's not bleeding out because that 7-hour travel.
is he walking? He's fine.
He's fine.
It's probably pure adrenaline, and I like looking at Pierce. Is there like, is he like gushing blood or anything, or is
his
know.
armor has received damage. His shield has received damage. There is a shit ton of blood on him. Like,
All right.
so what do you?
So I reach in, I pull out a potion, and I hand it to Pierce, and here, drink this.
He
Is it
received like
brandy?
80% damage. What was it, Frank?
The Cure Light.
He lost like
I drink it.
probably 85%. So yeah, he was
Yeah, I'll
greatly
give him-
damaged.
I'll give him 2 of mine. 2 of my cure light wounds potions. I say potions since you can't read here. I've seen you
Oh,
drink. I know
I
you
can
can use
read.
these.
I don't cast spells. Here, use my sword.
I look at he hands it to me. I go, ew, it's got blood all over it. Ugh.
So do you. You just delved into a
No, I
creature and you didn't wash your hands.
Because
you
do you see?
Ground
you
through your backpack for some potions.
Do you know why? Do you know why I'm covered in blood? Because I kill things.
I thought your profession was the opposite of that.
I get them coming and going. You know.
Coming and going.
Oh
well,
my
if Pierce is all
god.
right. Pierce, are you good to continue on? I don't want us to push further if it's going to be a burden on you. And I
Well, if
look
he has
up
a
and I'm
couple
like,
of
the
healing
rain.
potions, he'll be
How
fine.
many? So how many D8 am I healing? So is it cure light? So
So
I
Three.
had
mine
2.
heals 1d8 plus 1.
and you gave me 2, so 3D8 plus 3. 7, 3, 4. So 14, so 17 hit points.
The bleeding has stopped.
Well, I mean, I guess
I'm
that'll do
down
it.
to 28 points damage.
Just a flesh wound. You're good.
Just, yeah, we're good to go.
Just no
Follow
more.
me.
All right. Lead the way.
I say with a mad glint in my eye.
Where you lead us is danger. You
What?
might find your head removed from your body. Kind of like the heads you keep in that sack.
Then it will be, if that be the case, it will have friends.
If it's dangerous, tell us right now where you're taking us.
Okay, side note, sidebar there, DM.
Okay.
Is this place legitimately dangerous to them?
Very.
Really?
The area or the where we're
Well,
going?
one, necromancers are people that aren't necromancers aren't welcome. People, they don't want a lot of people knowing about the school, right? Unless you're going there to learn about necromancy, none of them being necromancers. I wouldn't say that they would outright kill them since they're traveling with you, but they would definitely look down at the fact that they're there and know about the school. And none of them being having intentions on learning any type of death magic, it could put a hinder on their processes and their people. It's just like it's a comfortable place for necromancers to practice their craft without outside sources being there. So what I say, like there are chaotic evil people in the school, right? You do have to converse with people that are greatly evil, right? So I mean, depending on their intentions, I mean, do you think it could be dangerous? Depends on what was said at the wrong time. Yeah, if somebody came out and said, saw someone eating uh on some flesh of something that was living, and they're like, hey, that's messed up, and they said something about it, they'd be like, well, you're in my house. So, yes, you do know that they could, personally that they could see things that would be unsettling. But if they showed no reaction and they were with you, then they would be fine. But if there was a reaction, an adverse one, it could create a ripple of BS amongst the other necromancers.
Okay. Okay, then in answer to the question, I say, do you remember when you essentially took charge of dealing with the king?
Right. I didn't say
Swap that
don't
position
ask
with you and me right
questions.
now. I mean, you kind of did. You said, do as I do. I couldn't ask a question. Why am I kneeling?
Because we also knew where we were walking into. We knew we were going to see the king. I don't know where you're leading me.
I am leading you to
You're
a
home,
school.
basically.
Well, see, because since now that you've told me that people don't want to really know about it, it's like I'm also trying to maintain the secret too. So it's like I'm leading you to a
My
school,
people.
a school where there will be some, to you guys, the uninitiated, some interesting, perhaps morally ambiguous things that occur. I mean,
Well, so I guess, are we in danger if we were to go there?
you can put yourselves in danger easily. Much like how if I see, my mama always said, when you're in the house of a rich man, the only place to spit is his face. I took that upon myself when we met the king. Now, I didn't. But if I acted in that way, in a way that I thought was normal, we would probably have been in trouble. If you guys act in a way that you think is normal,
you would have been in trouble.
Okay, before I was interrupted so rudely, if you act in a way that you believe is natural, you may put yourselves in harm's way. We're going
to a den of necromancers. Is that essentially it?
I love this because you're all discussing this in heavy rain and thunderstorms.
Yeah, I'm soaking wet. I'm tired of dancing around and beating on the butt. Just, is this home for you? Is this what?
So are you just saying that basically follow your lead, don't say anything, and you'll do all the talking?
Don't make eye contact.
I can be quiet.
Don't look in rooms. If somebody says, "Hey, how are you?" just pretend. Just say, "No hablo inglés."
Just nod.
So it's a Mexican necromancer cartel.
So just keep your head low, and let me do the talking.
I can do that.
So
I can be
that's
quiet.
Again, prep yourselves. I cannot stress this enough. I one time walked into my roommate Robbie eating what I can only assume was a live deer. Not was live, he killed it, reanimated it, only to eat it. Now, I think
Sounds like
that's
a
supper.
penitentiary more than true necromancers.
See, that's just good vittles in my book. But you guys, if you saw somebody eat a zombie deer, I would think that you guys, from past experiences and also some criticisms to how my craft works, that you guys would probably run afoul. Yeah.
I mean, at least the meat wasn't going to waste, right? I mean, he was eating it, so
No. Sure.
never mind. Never mind. Also,
morally ambiguous. I saw a guy jaywalk once.
What?
yeah, that's pretty bad. But
All right,
hey,
listen, just take us. Just
I will
take
say
us
you're not gonna have to you're not gonna have to blind us or anything and lead us or anything like that, right? Because I'm after the cave. I don't want to be in darkness. No.
I mean, it's underground. I don't know how much. Okay, do you remember
Well,
that
I'm gonna have to link
fire?
hands with somebody then, because if I'm blind and I can't see like you
guys.
guys can see.
Do you remember that fire that I threw in the alchemist fire vial? A lot of it looks like that.
Okay, that I can handle. I just don't want to be in the dark after what happened. I never want to experience that again. So,
and now as I'm explaining everything, a slight thought runs through my head. Go, oh shit, they might actually die.
well, lead the way. Like I said, I can be quiet, keep my head down. I'm good. I mean, I literally just seen you about to eat a demonic heart thing. So
like what was said earlier, is this home? Home is where the heart is, and right now one resides in my backpack. So I don't really know how this goes.
There you go.
Oh man.
So
all right.
Yes.
So y'all
7 hours.
They'll start trucking it through the rain. It doesn't light or let up at all. It actually becomes worse at times, but it always continues to be steady. The thunderstorms, constant lightning striking objects around you. Some of y'all.
Really quick, as we're walking, probably as we're getting walking, I sit and I think back of, hey, Malediction, maybe you should be a ring when we get there. That's one less thing for them to be uncomfortable with. That might actually be smart. I'm trying to minimize as much contact with my group as possible to make it so that nothing's gonna go off the handle.
He's gonna be a ring. I might as well pull down my pants.
Very
Frank.
No.
What I was gonna recommend was maybe Pexor keeps the ring just in case, because he might have to go do some talking, and if he separates from us, at least he'll have some backup who can be there just in case.
You can keep them in line. I like that.
Yeah, or that. Yeah.
Yeah, try it.
You're
Greater men have
Robocop
tried.
Greater men have tried.
So, but no, I do legitimately that is a legitimate thought that I had.
Sure enough, after traveling for a while, Mike, you come up to the area where you know that just ahead, through some brush, on the other side of it is the gate to the underground lair.
Okay. Are there guards? I don't remember if there were. I knew there was a garden, but not a guard.
No, there's not guards. You just know that there's a secret way to unlock the door to get in there.
Open sesame. So yeah, okay. So then I'll float that idea. It's you should be a ring. I think that would make this easier. Not easy, but easier.
Yeah, and I'll mention too that you should probably have the ring Pexor just in case, because I imagine they're probably going to want to talk to you in private. They're probably going to separate us, I imagine. But if Mal's with you, that's an extra person that can help you out in case something happens. And another set of ears, I guess, just in case.
Okay.
All right.
All right. As
I put him
y'all
on. Like,
come
oh
through
shit,
the
this thing gets word.
um, I did we have it work where he has access to your spells when someone wears you? That's why she kept you as a ring. Um,
I
Jared,
don't
or could
remember
you?
exactly
I
what she
think you could
decided
just
on that.
no. I think you could cast verbal
I can cast my
spells
verbal spells. Yeah.
as yeah. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't have control over you or anything. Okay, just making sure. Uh, you go up and you'll pass through the brush and you see the pretty much the it looks like the like a tomb from a graveyard sticking up out of the ground. Horrible statues, some of them being demonic or impish looking gargoyle all around it, beautifully carved in stone. He walks up to what it seems to be a flat face of stone that looks like just a normal wall. He Pexor approaches the door and he traces this image of this very evil symbol, right, uh, upon the stone, and the door just appears and opens, right, kind of like forms out of the stone and it opens.
before
uh,
uh before
Go
they
ahead.
all walk in, I look back and I go, don't eat or drink anything. And I turn back around.
Unless
and
you brought
so
it with you.
Maybe not even then either.
yeah, so seeing all this with eggs with me, I'll definitely kind of keep him close and just kind of try and keep him as calm as possible, just to make
Okay.
sure that he doesn't cause a scene or anything like that.
All right. Um, as Pexor enters and y'all enter with him, sure enough, you hear this ominous music coming from down within the tomb. Pexor, you're used to this. The magic users there, they constantly have uh, what I would call horror tunes playing at all times. Sounds like cellos, violins, and just ominous tones, right?
Then that one guy that plays Wonderwall.
That's what's playing the horror of Oasis. But anyway, y'all get down in there and you see in the first set of stairs going downward into the tomb uh, that it's lit with the purple fire torches. You obviously can hear the music and everything. Frank, uh, I'm going to say you especially. Well, I'd say Othello too. Not so much Jared because he doesn't have hair, but both of y'all's instincts kick in. It's almost as if something's looking at you the second you go in there. Your hair raises on the back of your neck. You don't feel safe. And the music, especially since y'all's not used to hearing stuff like that, definitely sets you on edge. Uh, you feel like you're walking into a great evil being's lair.
There's a record
I know.
scratch. You might be wondering how I got here.
Um, as y'all go down to the stairs, you come across the first corridor, right? On both sides of the corridor are things carved out of the stone, right? They're immaculate pieces of art that were actually done with magic formed into the stone. So the depictions of the pictures are very realistic looking, but you see gruesome things down the walls in the artwork, you know, as you're hearing the music and you're looking at the thing and Pexor is just walking along like it's nothing, but you're
I'm
looking at
humming
the
along.
images and you see like uh demons eating flesh and beings turning into other things in the artwork, obviously sacrifices, bunches of men standing around while a woman's being burned, very like unsettling with all the music. I would say your characters right now feel like you're definitely in a place you're not supposed to be. Is there anything y'all want to do as y'all continue?
I'll just kind of
Prepare
keep my head
for a
down a little
fight.
bit.
What'd you say, Frank?
Go ahead.
Also,
I am prepped mentally for a fight.
Yeah, I'll just keep my head down. I'll make sure that Eggs is. I'll keep petting him and just kind of keep him as comfortable as I can make him, and stay silent. Just kind of follow Pexor.
as Pexor walks up to the main two doors and opens them into the hall or into the middle hallway that connects the center of the tower, Ragnavari comes running up, right? Being that y'all just fought a spider type creature, uh,
Oh, I still
Frank,
got that head.
I don't know if you want to roll to see if you would arm yourself quickly from
Seeing
Ragnavari
this,
running up,
actually,
because it would. Well, what it is they can sense someone that's not supposed to be here is here.
seeing actually really quick. So seeing Ragnavari run up
So
and kind of knowing this, can I like turn around and be like, stop? Or like turn and look at everybody, or turn and look at the party and go, stop? No, no, no.
Okay, as he comes running up, y'all do see Drider, uh, huge body spider Drider and everything, comes running up, and he has his shield in one or his staff in one hand and his sword in the other, and they're both glowing. And he sees, and Pexor's like, "Whoa, stop!" And he looks down, and he's like, "Oh, it's you, Pexor." And he powers down his weapons. He goes, "Welcome back. You've been gone for quite some time. Who are your friends?"
Well, and then we fade to black. And then we come back to the scene, and I've told him everything.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell him like
Okay.
what just happened, like how we all met, what just happened, kind of uh some suspicions. I'll also tell him about the eye, because wasn't it that we were all sitting, or we were all talking one time about what happened to each of us, and then the story of the eye that appeared in the sky, I think is what it was, came up.
Okay. So you
So
go
I'll
ahead and
tell
you
him about
my
that.
homework.
you give him the
What?
what?
That was my homework.
Yeah.
After you get done telling him, he goes, "Ah, Justus. He will definitely want to hear this." He goes, I don't believe I have to tell them not to touch anything, correct?"
Yep. Well, I have told them multiple times.
He looks at
Hell,
him.
I even told them not to eat and drink.
He's like, "Many items within the sanctum are cursed or haunted. I don't believe they would have a desire for such things.
I
Here."
remember my first cursing.
Let's go to Justus's
Lance, I
study.
started taking stuff off the walls.
You start taking stuff off the walls, you
No,
say?
I'm just digging around.
He goes, "Here, let's go to Justus's study, and you can inform him what you've discovered as well."
And I'll ask him, I'll say, is there a place that they can go where they won't be bothered by anybody and they won't bother anybody? I want to make sure that they are separated from the main body of necromancers, because I don't want something to happen while I'm away.
I believe he would probably want to see them as well.
Okay. All right. Now, guys, it's his left eye that's looking at you, not his right eye. It kind of goes wherever.
Okay. As y'all's continuing down the corridors and everything and going downstairs, and you start noticing, like described the consortium to him before, that there's plenty of undead things walking around. You see things drinking blood. You see things that are like half something and half something else, like they've been mutated. Uh, Lots of horrible stares. As you continue on, uh, you're walking along one of the corridors, and out of a shadow uh, comes a female half giant undead. and it starts quickly walking up to Frank with its hand out. Frank, you notice this right off the bat because she approaches you out of the shadow, and you can see that her breast is exposed, but her face is very undead, and she, obviously doesn't look like she's doing too well.
Does
Um,
she look like? Is there sentience in her eyes? You know what I mean? Like, does it look like that something Pextor made? You know, just kind of like mindless.
oh, she doesn't look entirely mindless. No, she looks like that she's been brought back to life. But I mean, you don't know. You didn't talk to her. I mean, it's up to you. Anybody else?
So this is just as we're walking.
Everybody else roll a d6. Low is 1. Low is good.
I got a 6.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What? Okay. And you're obviously with him. You notice her come out of the shadows very quickly. Josh, I will say that you were in front of Frank, and I'd say you're behind Frank, and you're coming up the side, and you didn't see it right off the bat, right? That you're looking at something else across the hallway. But you do notice
Comes
it.
around Frank, like, oh fuck.
You do notice. I'm gonna say that her name is.
So wait, really quick before you
Her
say
name
her
is
name,
Rest. Yeah.
before you say her name, so being one, do I assume that I see it? Because if I do, then I want to intercept, try to make it so that there's little interaction between everybody.
Yeah, you do intercept it, and you know her name,
What?
Resta,
Oh, okay. So yeah, then I'll slide through and go, hello, Rusta. How can I help you?
and she's like, he's like me.
Yes, but
Oh
also
no, is she? Okay, she's slow.
yes, more like you than you think, but not 100%. So let's
She's like, he smells good, and she
okay.
makes a
no.
We
biting
both
noise.
know. Yeah, we both know you can't smell. Okay, nice try. So I put her hand down and I say, "How's about this? How's about this? We need to go talk. Because a lot of important things have just happened, and when we get out, I'll give you his number."
She looks like questioningly towards you, and she starts, like she's like keeps her hand like reaching towards him, but she's
I'm
not
slowly
touching
like
him yet.
pushing it down.
Uh, Rag turns around, and he's like, ugh. It's like she hasn't seen her kind since her death. Ugh. He looks at her and he raises his staff and he taps on the ground and he's like, back to work, X-Animate. And she's like, oh. And she looks one final time at Frank, and she turns around and goes back into the shadow.
Is she recognizable at all?
You can just tell
Or
she's a
was she
half
just
giant.
okay? So I'm trying to remain as dignified and as poised as possible. Just neutrality.
And my back's to him. I go, don't even think about it. Just keep walking.
Now, Rag says, don't mind the undead slavery. They continue down a few flights of stairs, or y'all do, and the smell grows even more horrid. Uh, Before, there was this smell of decaying flesh, but now it's so thick that it's almost like you're rubbing your body or your nose into a dead body. Pexor, you actually pass your room, and Ragnavari turns around and he says, oh, I forgot to mention, Pexor, you have a letter in there awaiting you whenever you're finished talking to the head of the temple.
A letter? I've got mail.
From your mom.
Okay. As you turn soon after, you walk down to the main corridor to the High Necromancer's chamber. The smell changes from the dead to a sour and sweet smell, right? Uh,
Rot.
Ragnavari heeds not to breathe too deeply, that the master is working on potions, and being exposed without proper protection could be hazardous. You approach the main door, and it's made out of skulls and bones. Ragnavari walks over uh, to a rope, and he pulls it, and a low gong noise comes from inside his chamber. He goes, "We must wait till he's ready for us to enter." Um, as you're sitting there, Josh, you notice a large poisonous spider crawl up on your shoulder.
On my shoulder?
Yeah.
Um,
It's a good
with
thing you're a ranger.
yeah, I was gonna say, would this be considered like I can handle animal, or because I have empathy, wild empathy? Could I, instead of freaking out, could I just kind of like, if I know that it's poisonous, kind of just be gentle with it, and
Yeah.
maybe just kind of put it on my hand, and then just kind of like, kind of motion to Pexor if I can, and just kind of like nod to the spider, and just kind of be like, what do I do with this?
Pexor, you actually are so amazed to see him handle one of those spiders so well because they're so like poisonous and aggressive.
Mm.
And he just puts his hand up there, and the spider crawls over onto his hand, and he points it towards you and says, "What do I do with this?" And your character is actually slightly impressed.
So I'll take it from his hand. I go, I knew there was a reason we were friends.
The spider bites you and you die.
So, but
Actually, you see me cradle it like a cat, and I'm rubbing, and I'm petting it.
So I
Yes.
would be familiar though that it's a pretty poisonous spider.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
As
see like a tiny little bead of sweat drop down.
See, here's where the spider's normal button is. Boop.
the spiders,
I got a
that's all
friend.
that's in Lance's game is just spiders all the time. They can't even walk 5 feet. Spider.
Actually, so while we're waiting, I will show my scythe because I remember we talked about that. I can never remember this dude's fucking name. The
Blacksmith.
well, no, it was the. I remember we talked about because of the metal it was made, it was enchantable, and my old master would be able to enchant it, or would at
Okay.
least know how to, or some way.
Yeah.
So I'll show him. I'll be like, hey, let's look at this. What can you do with it?
He's like, "What kind of metal is this? Is so light." He goes, "This seems like a beautiful necromancer's scythe. Where did you get this?"
You know,
One shot.
yeah, you know, funny story. I was just walking by, and suddenly I tripped over it.
Hmm.
No, actually, he wouldn't know I'm lying because I told him about, what was it Nobody? Which one was the
Secret.
Secret? Yeah, that was it. So I would have told him about Secret. So I go, well, remember that construct that we destroyed? I took its arm and used the metal, melted it down, and I had a blacksmith, a master blacksmith, make this.
Oh, this is very enchantable then. I can almost feel it from the aura, but it's like it's containing nothing. You should definitely get something done with this.
Where would I go?
Well, someone here could obviously enchant it for you, but it would take rituals and probably several days.
Could I take this demon heart and enchant it with that?
Where did you get this? What a rare component. I didn't know that you were. Oh, the spider thing you slain. Yes.
Yes, that
Yeah,
I killed. Yeah.
I still got the head with me, Lance.
And definitely this would be a valuable component in putting
Hell
some
yeah.
type of enchantment on this weapon if you like.
I would very much like so. Cool.
All right. Well, if you like,
Cool.
you can leave the components here with us, and we can make sure to give it a powerful enchantment while you're gone.
I am forever in your debt.
That's a long time for necromancers, isn't it?
You know, it's actually not as long as you'd think. Really, the mortality rate here, pretty high, but then it's pretty low at the same time. It's kind of weird. Not fully certain. Not really certain how it balances out, but I bet you there's someone who knows.
At that
Master.
time, Justus
Not the mortality rate that you're worried about.
opens the door and he raises his goggles and asks who it is who is disturbing his work.
It is I, Pexor. And
Ah,
friends.
Pexor, welcome back. I see you're still in one piece, and you've brought outsiders to our temple. What is your business? Do you have news of the mountain?
Yes, I have much to speak of.
Okay. He goes, come in, come in. It's fine. I've put everything away. The air is no longer deadly. They're free to breathe.
Guys, breathe! You forgot to breathe!
As Jared takes a big deep breath in his leather lungs.
Oh man, that was a weird shade of blue you just were. And it's not the light.
As you all enter the very cluttered apothecary's study, you see caged animals of all sorts, an array of random assorted glass tube and beakers filled with multiple liquids and materials. Also, a very large cauldron in the center of the room. He walks you into a very spacious, cleared area and turns around. He says, "All right, Pexor, what have you found out?" You go ahead and you tell him all the specifications of the story. Upon learning them, and he gets all the knowledge, Justice claims that there may be a way for them to break the magical possession that has been placed on Pierce's sister and her Moxa. That he could craft an injectable that would force the darkness from them. But it being such a strong possession, right? Otherworldly, almost like as if it came from the city of doors or something. There's a couple of items that he'll need to complete it. One is easy to obtain, though he doesn't have any of it on him, right? Would be a virgin's blood. The other is much more.
Excellent.
I was about to say this motherfucker.
The other is much more difficult. He needs
The dead don't count.
I was about to say, does she have to have a pulse?
a living virgin's blood. He also needs to retrieve the horn of a mud cat. It's not the easy one. They live in swamps. The only one he knows of is located in the Forsaken swamps, also known to be the cursed ruins of Freebraw.
Why don't we ever go to like the nice deli of blah blah blah? Like,
hey, look at the Italian trio.
Yeah.
And I need that horn of that mud cat over there. Then we'll just be on our way.
Yeah, you know.
About boom.
No, we gotta make a quick pit stop at the eternally damned fire forest.
Why can't we get a daffodil in the forest of peace and quiet?
He does say to you, he goes, never has he heard of a more ferocious swamp beast. You will need the luck on your side, for it is not only cunning, but you'll be fighting it in its natural surroundings.
Oh, goody.
Those who have traveled to the ruins for the treasure that's buried within them never return. I will only need.
So it sounds like I have stuff to. So they never return, huh?
He says. He goes. I don't need the animal dead. I only need a piece of its horn. He goes. Maybe you can find a way.
But if it's dead, then I can use it.
But it seems to be our only chance against this powerful magic. He goes,
So we need
let me go ahead
virgin's
and
blood. Sorry. So does virgin's blood, mudcat horn,
that's all he
and
needs. He
what?
has the other ingredients there to make it.
Okay.
He just ran out of virgin's blood yesterday.
Oh. Shit's a premium in the necromancy world.
The levels of debauchery.
Oh man,
Really?
what will I have to drink with dinner?
You just go to a local orphanage.
Jesus Christ.
Even the orphans aren't virgins.
Yeah.
He goes over to his scroll case holder thing, or anyway, and he pulls one of the scroll cases out, and he comes over and he hands it to you, Pexor, and he goes, "This is a map that would be leading to the swamp." He goes, "I bid you farewell, and may you return, so we all don't have to face this great death that you speak of with the eye."
Okay. Okay. Trying to think if I have any questions. So this is like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like the headmaster of this school, essentially, right? Like this
Yes.
dude is the Mac Daddy. All right. So I say, if I may be so bold as to ask, what? Because, ooh, actually, before I continue this, did I tell him about the machine? The machine that I thought we were trying to keep a secret.
The machine.
What was it? The
Fog lighter?
Yeah. I don't remember. Did we like say to keep that a secret or?
Oh well, as far as I was thought, you were telling them every single part of the story, but they would know the legend of
Okay.
the clog glider because everyone knew it. I mean, they thought it was going to destroy the entire land when it was released.
So then I assume that they wouldn't know anything like regarding its location or any sort of, you know, ways to. I guess what I'm trying to ask is like, with this being a necromant, or with the staff being a necromantic item, is this powerful enough to essentially unlock the claw glider without the key?
I don't think so. I think they would
Okay.
definitely need the key from the council. Did y'all tell them that Josh possessed it?
I'd prefer if you
Yeah.
didn't, out of character, but
I don't. I was about to say I don't think I did, because I'm in a tower of probably, I'd say, 50% power hungry people, and
Okay,
I
I'll go
don't
ahead and
think that
say
I
you
would.
left that out. He will
Yeah.
say, he goes, yes, I believe the council was the only people that knew of the location. So a member would have to obtain the key, and then they would have to be part of the council to even be able to find it.
I feel like there's like one other question that I should ask, but I forgot. Oh well. Okay.
If I may ask, Headmaster, what is the price for setting my sister free? It doesn't seem to be.
Well, I want to continue my studies. It's not that I don't welcome the void, but I don't wish it for all life to be non existent. So that would be your payment to continue breathing and to save everyone, and whatever benefits would come for that. Uh, I wouldn't ask anything more than you. The ferocity of the mudcat should be enough. If you can come back with that horn, then I will deem you a great warrior.
As I'm holding a Babyliss head.
Yeah. If you think he's a great warrior, you should have seen the spider heart I ripped out earlier. Whew.
Yes, thankful that Pexor was there to remove that heart and save your life.
All right,
Is he
with
for
that,
real
I'll
saying
blow
this shit?
one.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, I'll just
Just a
kind of
little-
nudge a little bit.
I'm
closer
pretty
to
sure
Pierce
that
and
when
just kind of-
Pexor told the story, he was all kind of
yeah.
like leaning towards, the Pexor
all
flex.
all they could do was just throw bottles of vodka or something, and I was in there. I was elbow deep in the guts.
You threw
Yeah,
a
and
half
I'm
a
hearing
bottle
this.
of wine
Yeah,
that
I'm
you
gonna
spent several minutes contemplating if you were gonna throw it or drink it.
yeah, I'm gonna nudge closer to Pierce and just kind of lightly nudge him as hearing all this and how they're interpreting what went
Now,
down.
during
Yeah.
this, I am keeping to the decorum. I'm just
Okay,
in
yeah.
my mind, I'm like, this is like being in a noble's house or a palace. I just have to be
Bite your
polite,
tongue. Yeah.
correct etiquette.
And as I'm saying all this,
I'll kill him when we leave.
yeah, as I'm saying all this, I'm thinking in the back of my head, I was like, all right, how fast can he run? How fast can I run? 500 pounds, that's a lot of momentum, but not a lot of acceleration. All right.
Damn, there's some actual like tall people in real life that are just massive. They're fast as hell, and that's scary.
Yeah, whenever you can, when you can step 10 yards, it beats a lot of the people.
Yeah.
Right.
You're 2 steps to my 20.
Well, Ragnavari, he looks at the headmaster and he's like, "Thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate your wisdom. They will return shortly with the materials needed." And he goes ahead and goes to leave the chamber.
Does Ragnavari like bow or do anything that kind of like as a
Oh yeah,
like yeah
indefinitely.
I'll kind of note that and I'll do the same when we go to leave, just kind of in my
Do
own best way
mine
I can
is
replicate it.
better than everyone else's. Because mine's professional.
Ooh.
I burp and I yell, "Smell you later, Gramps," and then I walk out.
Gosh, that's awesome.
The letters
He
can
he
be
obviously shakes his
exfolded.
head at Pexor.
Can't
He
be
puts
mad at
his,
me. I'm saving the
but
world.
as y'all leave, he goes to put his goggles back down. Once y'all walk out of the chamber, they magically shut themselves, the doors, and you can hear them relock.
I look at it and I go, I gotta learn that spell. Man, that's so useful.
Ragnavari says, "I must return to
Knock.
my work, Pexor. I trust that you can help them find their way out without any problems."
Yes. However, where's my scythe?
We'll be working on it, and we'll return it to you back whenever you get back with the components.
Let me guess. Need some virgin blood. Hey. Need that shit for everything. It's like salt around here.
I do know that there's a town south of the ruins. They'll be sure to have some virgin there.
It has Comic-Con every year.
There are virgins at Comic-Con. Really?
Yeah, at that point, you can choose the quality of the blood. You get, like
Yeah.
your neck being, never seen the light of day or blood.
That's
Then
what.
there's-
Yeah, that's what if you drink. It's like this dude's got some high cholesterol.
He's gonna be like, "Man, does this puppy look like it's had sex?" I think it's too young.
No,
They didn't
not
say
yet.
human blood, did they? They just said, any virgin blood, right?
Low quality virgin blood right there.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Mark the dog fucker goes here.
Can I
Hey,
kill
you
him?
took it to the dog.
Can I kill him now?
Can I kill that guy? I won't charge anything.
I won't charge you. That one's for free.
Yeah.
That was just for the principle of it.
Yeah.
Mike, you're getting pretty high up in them dog fucking jokes, man.
Bro, you took it to the dog. Hey, does this dog look like it's had sex? I just went with a natural extension.
So
Hey, so
Peck
we
or
try to leave.
Ragnavari, as y'all's leaving, he takes a hard left and he goes to Pexor, where his study is, where they keep all the magical items and stuff.
Before we leave, I want to look at that letter.
Okay. As you they get up, y'all go up to Pexor's door. I don't know if he invites you in your room or what, but
Yeah, sure.
he
Why
goes in
not?
and he goes to approach. As you'll go into Pexor's room, you notice it to be very neat and well kept. Kind of like it's as if like a fancy vampiric type room. He actually still holds a little bit of his elvish dignity, but he does it in a very dark and uh, ominous way, I guess. You see the canopy bed in there and everything, and he goes over and grabs this letter off of it. As you begin to read the letter, it says, "My dearest brother Pexor, I hope this letter finds you in timely fashion. I have sent it with the passing Glow Hutter traders, and they claim to know of your school. May thee be faring well, and your schooling be everything you expected. I'm contacting you to let you know of my wedding to the elven lord Lilkian. Yeah, Lilkian, sorry. He has entered arrangements with my father to join our noble houses. I come to expect you not to be excited about such celebrations, but as your sister, I thought it would only be proper to invite you to our wedding. It will be a fortnight past Harvest Day, at the dawn of the winter celebration. I hope to see you there, my dear brother. If not, I do understand your desire not to come here again, and will keep you in my thoughts till the next we meet. Your sister, Nishara."
So I reread that with astonishment. I am in disbelief that anybody would care about this
Well, he didn't. I don't think he read it out loud. So,
man. I'm over his shoulder, I just what?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything. I think anything could be read from that height.
Well, it's funny.
y'all
This
being in the
bracelet.
safety of his room, y'all can choose to rest there if you want. Like he can lock the door, but it's up to y'all.
I
Do
locked
we?
the door anyway.
I mean, I do. I don't know if we want to overstay our welcome here. I mean, it seems like they're tolerating us for now, but I would hate to stay and cause issues. I mean, I probably would feel more
May
comfortable.
just need 8 hours of rest.
Frank tries to peer over your shoulder to look at you reading the letter. As you're finishing it, Pexor, what do you do?
Oh yeah, and
Do you
it's
let do you
very
let him
obvious.
do you let him read the letter, or what do you do?
What do you think? What do you
tip,
think about this?
tip and trick. That bracelet doesn't allow me to read the language. It allows me to speak the language. So I can't actually read anything in this world.
Okay, I'll hold here. Here's probably what I'll do. Then, now knowing that,
Well, I
I'll be
don't know
holding
if
the
you know
letter.
that. I don't know if you'd think about that
Okay.
because you're reading the letter right then, and he goes to look over your shoulder and look at
Okay.
the winter or letter. I don't know what type of response you'd have. That's up to you.
That's true.
Then,
Okay, because this is the same bracelet the dwarves gave me.
was I there when they described everything? I don't remember if I know what that thing does or not. I obviously know you can talk and communicate verbally, but
But
I don't
you
know
haven't
if I
So
know
seen him
any
try
words.
to. You haven't seen him try to read something, so you assume he could possibly read. You don't know for sure, but he does
Well,
peer over your
no,
shoulder.
Well, he couldn't read that scroll.
yeah, I
Oh,
think what it is. No, I think what it is I just think he's dumb. So I'm like, fine, I'll read it for you. My sister's script is somewhat difficult to non-elves to read. She writes in that like, oh shoot, that really flowy. Oh, what's it
Oh
called?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That
calligraphy. Yeah, she. It's like
calligraphy.
it's like
So it's not a
every
letter; it's a painting.
yeah every note looks like it took or every word looks like it took like an hour to make.
Uh,
And so I go, all right. So turns out my sister's getting married.
You have a sister?
Congratulations.
So actually, how? So she said what day it is. How long? Like, can I just tell him it's like it's in 2 months or whatever?
You also know that the Lord that she's getting married to was the one that spoke most towards your banishment for being evil.
Yeah, I
Like,
was I was gonna be like, he's my high school bully or some shit like that.
well, he's just a jerk, and he was one of the main people that spoke out that you being the dark person you are, you shouldn't remain there. But I mean,
Nice.
not that you think he would make a bad mate for your sister, but you do think you see him as an overbearing type figure that probably wouldn't respect her wishes. But continue on.
So then I'll go. Okay. All right. Family history time. So, as you could probably tell, am not like many other high elves. I was slightly, some would say exiled, some would say banished. I say they can go fuck themselves. It's argumentative. And this guy, and I point to the name of the letter. I said this guy was the one who was most verbose in kicking me out. That's who my sister's marrying. So, do I or so I'll knowing the time that it is, would we have enough time to go get the components for this injection and then go to that, or would we have to go to that first and then get that?
The letter had just arrived. You actually have 2 weeks before the wedding.
So then, judging by the map, like I know that we'd have to get the components first, then we'd have enough time to hoof it.
I will say that calculating right, today is harvest day, and it's a fortnight past it.
Okay. So then I'll.
Question is, Pexor, do you love your sister?
I
Not as
love
much as you
her.
love your sister, Frank.
Okay. I love her more than death itself.
So, how far is it to this swamp?
Check the map.
That
It's about a day and a half travel.
Yeah, I'm about to say that is not up to me on how far it is.
So
I'm
how
looking
far
at it, and
away?
it just gets bigger and smaller at the same time. I don't
Right.
know.
So how far away is his hometown then?
I would say it's about a week travels north.
Okay, so
Okay.
if we can get done gathering components in less than a week, then we'd have enough time to make it to the wedding.
Is his hometown near the Iron Mountains where my sister's at?
I mean, y'all do have pressing stuff, getting the potion made and everything like that. I mean, a wedding does sound like an important event, but is it more important than the end of the world? I mean, I don't know if you'd want to press things or add them together, but I guess you can see how much time you got left when you get back.
Let's
Well,
get.
I mean,
where's his
if you're going to
hometown?
put plot points out there for us, we're
You know,
probably going
We're
to
gonna
I
follow
take
know,
them.
I
him.
know.
I'm
I'm
just
just saying.
saying.
I'm just saying. It's up
Well,
to y'all.
because
I gave him the invitation. Whether or not he goes, I mean, because he's going to a place where he was banished,
Okay.
and they're definitely going to treat him like shit just for showing
Okay.
up. But he's going to be like, I can legally show up here. This is my sister's wedding. I was invited by her, so obviously he can argue with
So
the
here's
fact.
what I'll say. Okay. I read the letter again, and I just kind of stand there for a second. I look and I kind of like stare off into the distance, and I go, I love my sister, but she is not the one who is in danger. If I miss this wedding to help a friend, that will be okay with me. And I'll fold the letter up and stick it in my pocket.
How far away are these mountains where the half giants are?
I'd say
And
it's actually on the way. They're 3 days north on the map.
Knowing my
So on the way
my
to cure your sister, right? Y'all would be halfway getting to there. So it would be reasonable to stop by, depending on what's going on.
so we have no time to waste then. My sister really likes weddings. And after that, I think it would be something to help her deal with the stress of it all.
well, as I've often said about high elf weddings, nothing like a high elf wedding to party like it's 1699.
Yeah.
I have to ask though, so if the guy she's
Up here.
marrying was the one that was pushing for your banishment, is it an arranged marriage or is this her choice?
Knowing my family, arranged. There is nothing that they did without contingencies upon contingencies upon contingencies. There was even if they're, I assume it's a younger sister, Lance.
Yes.
If my little sister wasn't a girl, they were actually going to abandon her and just pick up a random high elf child, just pluck them right off the street. A lot of wine went into them to get them to reveal that plan. And I think that as my character's talking, like, it's starting to see more of like a, because I would always argue that like Pexor is very kind of laid back, aloof, not emotional really. The only time you've ever seen him get even approach anything that could be resembled as a negative emotion would be when we were going into the kingdom or the king's throne room, just because of my total disrespect for authority. But now this, you guys are starting to. I would see that you're starting to see like raw anger start to come out, like something that you probably never seen.
Well, I mean, for the first
I like
time, I
that.
would say that they're kind of understanding why you are the way you were whenever you were within the
Yeah,
presence of the king. Like, obviously, very high respected Jerkos already treated you the way they did. So you have assumption that most people of that stature are like minded, and
yeah.
so that actually explains a lot about the way you were. So,
So the
Well,
hmm?
Maldition, you said we need eight hours before we go?
Yep.
Wake me up at that time. We
okay.
I
have
for the
a
first time
mudcat to catch.
in a very long time, Pexor sleeps so soundly because this is that full encompassing darkness that he has never had a hold of since he left.
Now he does have you have a ton of extra pillows, but it's up to you if you want to share them with everybody.
Uh, I look at all the pillows. I like to form a pillow mech as I sleep.
Do you, this
Don't
might be
mind the one. Don't mind the ones with the hearts and the juicy on them. Those pranks. Ha ha ha! Everybody. Oh, it's so funny that you guys play pranks on here. Ha ha ha!
do we need to keep watch or anything, or are we fully safe here as outsiders? I mean,
You can sleep.
Yeah, I'm about to say our alarm
So I
clock
prop
will.
myself up against a wall because no chair in here is big enough for me.
I will
And
say
I
that it kind of feels weird for you, Pexor, as you're trying to go to sleep. You never go to sleep at nighttime down here. It's actually your favorite time, And for you to be passing out, it's almost like you going to bed at 11 a.m. You
Yeah.
know,
Nor am I used to sleeping with the living around. That's also kind of unsettling for me. Like
yeah, our
it is
Frank's
a
snoring.
yeah. I cast silence. I cast silence over over everything.
Yeah, the after battle snore, you know.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward and say y'all go ahead and wake up the next morning, get all your things ready. Uh,
Can
anything
I
else you want to
heal?
do before you leave?
Do I get the rest heal?
Yes.
Thank God. 8 plus 5, so 13. It's not bad at all.
I will. Being the. Mm, I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm out of ideas.
Okay. As y'all
Cool.
go to leave the temple and you're making your way out, sure enough, you see Frank. You do see the undead half giant. She's not like too close to you, but she's over across the way, and she makes sure to wave at you as y'all's leaving.
I give a respectful nod.
I look around. I look around everywhere real quick. Do I see anybody?
No, or
All
there's
right.
no one around y'all at this time except for her.
All right. I nudge him and I go wave back.
I gave her a nod of greeting. That's good enough for a
I
place like this.
I pick his hand up and I shake it a little.
Can you even pick my hand up? So we
Yes.
exit the door.
Okay, y'all make your way up through the purple torches again, and you make your way out the temple. You come outside of it, and it's still cloudy, but it's not raining. You start on the road towards the swamp. You continue traveling for about, I say, 8 hours. It comes on. It comes up to about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you see on the side of the road an encampment of black tents and the armored wagon that you've seen before.
Oh shit! Yeah, these guys.
And you see the banners with the three-headed raven, and but you also see three guards sitting outside the camp, laying dead on the ground. It
Oh
does look
shit!
like the camp has been attacked, and uh, that there's blood and damaged objects all over.
All right, time for an investigation.
Yep.
I put on my Sherlock Holmes cap.
Okay. So going up to the guards, what looked like what killed him? Them.
Blood loss.
Definitely a beast.
Oh yeah, on that, would I have heard about the Mudcat and know anything about it with my background, or is this kind of too far out of my
Okay,
area?
no, you can go ahead and roll. See if you've heard about a mudcat.
What do you mean to roll? Just intelligence or
Do you have any type of wilderness lore or
survival?
knowledge? Go ahead and
Knowledge
roll.
nature.
Huh?
Let's see.
Knowledge of
I
nature.
should have. Let's see here. Nature. Yeah, I've got nature. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. If you beat an 18, I'll let you know about it.
21.
Hell
Okay.
yeah!
The mudcat is very large. The reason they call it the mudcat is because the way they live in the swamps, their hairs always get matted, so they're covered in dreadlocks, right? Uh, you know that they have abnormally more claws on their hands than a normal cat. They also have two sets of eyes and horns on them. The thing is you know that they're poisonous as well. Their claws are, and that their poison causes paralysis.
Okay. So yeah, I probably would have mentioned that maybe before we went to sleep the night before, whenever before we did the travel, just to kind of inform everybody of the mudcat if I had heard of it.
It's fine. Yep.
Anybody still alive? Just paralyzed?
This wagon, you don't know if it was attacked by the mudcat or not. You can tell it was attacked by a beast. The encampment, no one is alive, and lots of faces eaten off, chest cavities tore
So
open, arms laying in places.
is the wagon still sealed, or like has it been ripped open?
The side of the wagon's been ripped open. What seems to be the
Okay.
beast ripped it open. Bent
Is it
solid iron, whatever it was,
what?
and ripped through
What's
solid
taken
iron.
out? Like, did the beast take any valuables, or was it simply a rampage?
When I
So y'all go to search the wagon. Who's specifically going to search it? Is somebody crawling
well
in there? I'm saying the hole's a
before
little bit small for you, Frank.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
before
So I'll be searching that then.
well before if I can ask, is the metal pointing inwards or is it pointing outwards?
That's a good question.
Oh, it looks like it was pulled open, like something stuck its hands in it and ripped it out towards it. So
Okay.
it's outwards,
Okay.
but it looks like it was ripped open.
Let me see something.
So
So
I'll
that'd
be
be an
looking.
Hmm?
Sorry.
That'd be an 18 on my search inside that wagon.
Okay, you go in and you notice that the wagon was stripped, right? You've seen that whatever was in there also tore open any compartments as if it was looking for something. But you did see something that was left behind. You see, you find a case that when you open it, it has an armored coat inside the case. Uh, you pull it up, and it seems to be around Othello's or Pexor's size, right? It seems to look just like the coats that the guys were wearing with the three ravens that were protecting it, but it seems to be like a really much more beautiful version of it. Uh, the coat does also seem to have magical qualities.
Okay. So
It's a
I'll
it's a
present
dark
that to the
blue.
rest of the party.
It's a dark blue, and it's a long armored trench coat.
I'll present that to the rest of the party and let them know that whatever was doing this looks like it seems to be intelligent because it did actually take the items inside.
Yeah, can I check the surrounding area to see if I can find tracks that would make it seem like it's a mudcat or something else?
Okay, since you did identify it, you can tell that it is not, or it is not mudcat tracks that toward open. In fact, when you look at the tracks, it doesn't look like anything you've ever seen.
I'm gonna loot the bodies. Waste not, want not.
Altogether in the camp, when you loot everything, you get about 430 uh, gold pieces worth of valuables in gold.
Hell yeah.
That's
So,
including gems and stuff.
what are in the tents?
Pots.
So it's pretty much the only thing that had, well, any sort of like cargo was this wagon.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, excuse
Othello, do
me.
you
Uh,
find where the
so
tracks
y'all,
lead?
who is searching the tents?
Pierce.
Frank or
Yeah.
Pierce? What's so crazy is you're searching. I can't believe you said you searched tents, and I get it written down here. As you're looking through the tents, on one of the bodies, you find a deed that was rolled up and stuffed inside their coat. Right? It's actually piece of property located in the Kanderina province outside of the Hammer Mountains.
Funny thing though, since he can't read that piece of paper, I'll read
Oh,
it for you, good
he
buddy.
doesn't. He doesn't know. You find an official piece of paper. Sorry, I forgot you can't read it.
It's a sealed looking scroll.
I'll Hey buddy, what you got there? You need some help reading that?
Can you read giant?
I can read giant. I just don't know if my giant is the same as this giant.
I would assume not at all, but I'm gonna see if there's any similarities.
I've got Dwarvish. It uses the same runes.
You can make out about 10% of it. You can tell it's an official document that's written in some type of giant language.
Can you read giant tongue?
All right, let me roll for a bluff. All right, bluff. That is a 22.
Is that where we put all your points?
Okay. You gonna roll a opposed rose, or so you gonna roll a sense motive against that, Frank?
Sense mode. I don't have any points in that. I got a 16, so plus 2 is 18.
You actually believe whatever he's about to say to you.
What?
Or you think that he's not lying to you, whatever he says to you next.
Yeah. And make out what it says.
Well, I mean, I picked up. It was an elective class, so I'm not great at it. But it was kind of a. I stayed in the middle of the class, so it may not be that great. But and so I'll unfurl it. And
now, Dixon, can you read giant tongue?
I can decipher about 10% of it. It's an official document.
Are we still waiting on me? Oh, okay. So I'll say like, from that, this right here. Yeah, okay. What this is saying is that this is actually just a simple warrant for somebody by the name Malapov. They just wants their, wanted dead or alive. Right here, see this line? Preferably alive. Just one for questioning. Kind of hard to question a dead man, but they have people like me on staff, in certain cities that, bring the body. We'll get the answers, one way or another. Really, let me just here. I don't want this to get all bloody because it's not. It's 200 gold pieces.
You still haven't washed your hands.
Okay. I take offense to that because I would have.
You slept in a bed with organs.
No, okay, no. I would have changed. That's my room. I would have had like a silk suit jammy action going on. I would have changed.
Damn. Missed roleplay. Pexor changing into his jammies. We shouldn't have skipped out on that one.
That's all right. The creepy aspect would be Malediction just watching over everyone as they sleep the entire night, just sitting there.
Yeah, I can tell when you fall asleep by how slow you breathe.
Right? Yeah.
He's probably watching my body.
The slight change in how deep your chest moves.
Yeah. So I go, okay, look, I'll just keep this on my person. I got the bag of holding.
I snatched the paper.
Okay. Well, no.
I snatched the paper.
First, you think I'm telling the truth. You don't. I beat your sense motive.
I knew if it's a wanted, there would be more indication on here besides.
No. That's no.
I can read
That's in your world. You don't know how the shit works in this world. You can't even read that fucking giant writing.
I can read enough of it to know this is a royal deed. Not
No.
wanted.
Official document is all you know. You know what's official? A warrant.
Where are they? A warrant is for houses, estates, and stuff like that. Not bumfuck nowhere in a swamp 2 meters that way.
They're bounty hunters. They're going to different places with different warrants to catch the bad guys. That's why they had such a big iron wagon to keep them in there.
Well, then I guess we'll find what killed them and then take the bounty, huh?
How will you know what you're even looking for? I read it.
Do we know who these people are? Like that travel?
I don't have a fucking clue.
During their
Well, there you
argument,
go.
Josh, you do notice that that
I said that
coat
out of
that Malediction's holding, it's a little bit small for him, but it would like flawlessly fit you. I don't know if you want to go over there and look at it further.
Yeah, I'll go. Is there any like the insignia on it, like the 3 ravens or anything?
No,
It's like
it looks to
it's
be
a
in their style of their armor, but it doesn't have their actual crest on it yet.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of motion and be like, "Can I check it out?"
Hand it over to him.
Okay.
So, feeling it, how heavy is it? Can I like gauge how heavy
It's
it would
actually
be?
very light. You can tell it's the same type of coat that their crossbow users wear, right? Like I said, it's a armored trench coat. If you do decide to keep it, it's an AC 6 with a max dex of +4, and it does have some type of magical property to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of look around and be like, I could probably use this. It looks like it
Hey,
fits
look,
me.
it's an upgrade.
Later on getting it identified, you'd be able to tell what the magical item is.
Actually, that's a good point. When I put it on, do I feel any weirdness or like I don't suddenly like get black eyes and like speak in tongues or something?
Nope.
Oh, you ate a demon heart too. Ah.
Oh, that was a long time ago. But yeah,
But I would say
I'll
that
actually go.
it feels incredibly light, insanely light for an armored coat.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I definitely need it after that fight that we had earlier. But um, yeah, I'll actually go to Pierce, and I'll be like, "Can I look at the document?" And I'll just kind of look over it.
Here you go.
Is there any like signage or anything that I would recognize? I can't read giant or anything, but like, is there any symbols or anything, or like a stamp that's like this royal person or something like that
Being
that I
that
would
you can't
recognize?
read giant at all, I couldn't give it to you. I mean, maybe if you had like if you like the only reason I gave it to him the chance is because they're frequent book readers and stuff. I'd say your character being a ranger, not to say you don't read every occasionally, but he actually studies in books and
Hmm.
everything. That's the only reason I give him a chance. But I would say that it just looks like an official document and it has a seal on it. But that's about the most y'all can get out of it. Being a horrible
Yeah.
DM, I'm like, yeah, it's this, blah blah blah.
So I will I'll point to that and I'll go, how will anybody here know who we're looking for? Because this is a warrant. I'm sticking with that fucking story.
You just said his
That's
name
gonna be.
was
I
Man
cannot
of
wait till
Amaranth.
later on. I
Oh.
can't wait till later.
Yeah.
I mean,
but first
I
off,
can't read this, but
see, nobody here can read it but me. Well, over 10% of it, whatever. So I think that it should stay with me, so that way I can, because it even gives a description, and I'm not really great at
Tell
painting
you
a lot of
what,
those pictures.
I hold it in the air. Take it.
I will cast Mage Hand.
oh,
All right, so hand me the
What?
document. and I'll hide it inside myself,
He's like, I'm a
and it'll
neutral
be fine.
presence. It's gonna be fine. Let us stay with the robot. Y'all can just go do what you. You know, hey
He's
guys,
processing it in the bank.
You know, it hurts that you guys don't trust me. It hurts. After all that I did, I protected you in that tower, made it so that, nothing really ever happened, tried to care for you, gave you my pillows. And this
No,
is
you
how you
didn't.
treat me.
You didn't give us your pillows.
Yes, I did.
You slept on all of them.
No, I said don't mind the ones with juicy and the hearts on it. And I was like, haha, I dispersed them as who needed. So, after all I did, and this is the thanks I get. Wow. It's almost like you're no better than those other high elves. Interesting. Just upset at that which you don't know. Underneath this rough exterior, this
You're about as
Okay.
rough as a
So,
marshmallow.
is there anything else we can gather from the devastated site here?
no, y'all got everything.
my feeling.
Unless you want to take one of the hats of one of the dudes, they have real
Oh
nice
hell
hats.
yeah! No wait, no, I have a pirate's captain hat. Never mind. No, I'm good.
you do.
I forgot all about that. Oh,
I mean,
God.
there is basic weapons and stuff. You know, are you wearing that pirate's hat?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I be, right?
And all that missed role play. I just,
You're right.
you know what I mean?
Oh, something about booty or something. I don't know.
Is there any healing potions or potions of any kind?
Oh, I'm gonna
Well,
say
actually-
that y'all found everything in the encampment that you could have found that was valuable to you.
I was about to ask. Whenever I scavenged, did I find any?
Oh, actually, is there any arrows laying around? Specifically, arrows?
They're all crossbow bolts.
Ooh, I'll take some of
But
those.
there's a crossbow if you want, and some bolts. But it's just a normal crossbow.
Yeah. I'll just leave it then.
Yeah, I'll
I've
take
still like 20 bolts that I've never shot. So,
yeah. How many bolts could I pick up? I have a light crossbow.
Oh, okay. As many as you desire. If you want 100, there's definitely 100 there.
good God.
All right. Oh, whoops.
Bolts. Where are you gonna fit that on your dress?
In his satchel.
I would say up your ass, but your head's already up there. I just mumble all this stuff to myself. Where'd you fit your fucking dress?
Actually, before we go, one last thing too. Looking at the devastation and the scene, does this look? I don't know if you mentioned, but does this look recent, or has this been like have they been out for a little while, or like what's the time frame from the attack to now?
From the fire and everything, how it was, it looked like it happened last night sometime.
So we got this mudcat and a sentient thing that we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, prowling around.
It could be hunting for the bounty on that warrant. Maybe. No, I'm glad that.
All right, guys. I feel bad because freaking. I just looked down and it was like 3 hours and 30 minutes. I kind of got carried away in the role play there and having a good time. Sorry we went over.
Ready to head out.
But I'm going to say that y'all travel towards the swamp and y'all finally reach it and you see the ruins over the trees in the distance of the free brawl that y'all's going to. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. Had a great time tonight. I was amazed we jumped back into it so easily with having such a big break. But y'all did awesome. Y'all did awesome against that demon construct. Good job, Frank. Way to not die again. I'm not joking. That last claw, I was like, here comes the 20. I thought
right. It takes
yeah,
me down with it.
the whole time I was like thinking, I was like, Frank's imagining that 20 happening right now. But you know, I mean,
Dude, it would be poetic.
but you know, I mean, it was still, I had a lot of fun for that battle, and it was awesome seeing Pexor take y'all to his home and introducing y'all to all the undead. That was fun. But
Just
yeah,
bring Cauldron.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do it next week. I know that our schedules are different. So, anybody watching these videos, just know that we're all people and we have lives. So, sometimes things don't line up to where we can all meet up one day a week and do this. And it usually has to be on a Friday or Saturday. So, if we can't do that, obviously it could put pauses on stuff, and hell, them pauses could be even up to 2 months long. But thank you if you still stick around and watch our material. You know, we appreciate it because we definitely love playing dice and doing this all for you just as much as for us. So, but thanks everybody for coming out tonight. Like I said, I hope you had a good time, and hopefully we'll be able to get together next week. If not, definitely soon, and continue on this so we can get some virgin's blood and get Frank's sister cured. But yeah, excellent role playing tonight, everyone. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a good one.
Peas and
Bye.
carrots.
Later, later.